Welcome back to the channel, everybody. We actually did start the first 4 minutes, but my microphone was muted because I am a silly man.
It happens.
This is what happens when you switch between programs. So last episode, they delved into the deep roads under the orders of the first warden. They found a bunch of Hurlocks who were a lot tougher than typical. There was little liquid blight, ankle deep or knee deep in the case of our dwarf Ulrich there. Ellie got railed by a giant Kunari man.
Yeah, that's great.
Yep, that most of us heard.
Good time.
I am blissfully ignorant.
And then they've discovered, but there was also discovered an amulet of Ghilan'nain and a broken piece of an alluvian in one of the sarcophagi. And also the fact that our dear beloved Inquisition scout Bambi turned out to be an Antivan crow named Narcisse Cantori, who got hoisted by Thorn and went, oh, hello. And then also got yelled at by everybody. And yeah, now we know he's a crow, and he is after, assumedly, the Tevinter Magister in our group, who did pick up that the voice that spoke to them after they killed the Hurlock Alpha was speaking in the cadence of ancient Teveen. So, a lot of bad happening right now. And now, Thorn is busy setting up for a long rest. And the party has things to do. But yes, Amaris, that's the symbols on the floor you see in front of you in that other room. Most of them look to be symbols of the Tevinter Old Gods, duplicates even. But there's 2 symbols that are a different color, and you recognize them simply through the fact that you've had to deal with the Dalish Elves occasionally, and you had to have education. You recognize sigils of the gods, Ghilan'nain and Andruil, but it's interesting why they would be here. And this is not the first time. You guys have seen a lot of things in this ruin that are both Tevinter and Elven. And no evidence of Dwarven architecture since you stepped into this ruin. So, y'all are at the campfire because Thorn picked up sarcophagi to block the routes for you. And he's sitting down, just made a fire. And you guys are going to get a long rest, but before that, who wants to do things?
I think I was already doing map making stuff because I think we took a short rest near the end of last session.
You did map making, you did a good job.
Yeah, so I think Ulrich is just in this instant just like angrily fine detailing a bit of the map from earlier, very angrily muttering under his breath.
Puts an X on a spot. Here's where I found out that little shit was not actually. And you guys got a beating. You guys did get a little beat up. Particularly, our 2 Dalish elves got their butts kicked a little bit.
I got my ass handed to me a little bit if it weren't for our healer.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Speaking of our healer,
I did it. Yes.
Are you still looking at the piece of the alluvian, or are you looking at the amulet? Oh wait, you're still a crow, actually.
I'm a crow.
You're
yeah,
still a
I was
crow.
gonna say I'm still a bird. So neither.
Okay. You're still a bird for
Both of those things are currently in my form. So I'm chilling.
Ghilan'nain's headdress just comes off the crow.
Yeah, right. I think she probably saw Amaris looking at the symbols for the gods, so she probably transforms back over into herself over towards that.
Okay.
But
and you look down at this, and I actually need both you and Amaris to give me investigation checks. Or religion checks.
21 on investigation.
Okay.
oh, Jesus. 20 on religion.
So on this So we'll go Mars first. You pick up that these sigils of the old gods are a little strange. They're not depicted with the reverence as typical of them. Like, they're just kind of, like, crudely drawn. And it appears that these actually are not made by Tevinter hands. Because there is, even back in the days of Dumat, the cult of Dumat, your people paid great reverence to the dragon gods. So this would have been punishable by death back then. Sculptures or etchings of this low quality. So something's definitely off with that. With your religion check, Mira, you see those sculptures of what look like dragons. You don't really know what they are. They're definitely sculpted by elves.
Oh.
And
okay.
the two symbols of Andrul and Ghilan'nain, very clear that they are painted with reverence, and you actually see some of the tiles are worn away, and with as high as you got, you can see that there was a tile to Elgar'nan at one point here, but it has worn away.
Okay.
Now, you don't know what these tiles do, if they do anything.
Fun. I think she will probably say a little, like, paying reverence sort of prayer in front of these, and then hobble off to make camp because she got hurt. So she is not going to look at that Alluvian piece until she is not being watched.
Okay. Good to know. Amaris, do you do anything with these tiles yet, or do you want to wait?
Does it seem like there's any grooves on the floor at all that would suggest that they move or have been moved? Or any, like, interruptions in the tile that suggest they've been hit with energy or magic of some sort that would otherwise activate them?
With your investigation check, before I can tell you, it doesn't look like they necessarily move, but some of them are definitely pressure plates. Not all. And
Does one plate seem more... Sorry, go.
so it seems like the ones that look like they're going to... There's 6 plates that look like they move. One that's, like, faded away that you may have seen Mira looking at a little intently. The mural of Lusakhan, Razakael, and Uthemiel all also look like they're pressure points, as well as the 2 colored ones that look like the elven gods.
Taking note of this, Amaris will then stride out of the room to tell the others, "There seems to be a puzzle back here, but I don't believe you'd appreciate if I triggered another fight so soon after the last one."
Not in particular, no.
Please don't.
I love a puzzle. Let's go.
You try walking, and Thorn grabs the back of your collar and sits you down in between him and Ulrich by the fire.
Scoots a little.
What if we just, slept first? Right?
Right, we'll do
Right.
watches, pairs of 2. And he goes, me and Ellie. He looks at Ulrich, you and the crow.
Mm.
And then Amaris and Mira. Last watch. Right. You 4 go to bed, me and Ellie are first.
Don't have too much fun. And then
I
I'll
sleep.
go into my bedroll.
I sleep, but I also look very confused at that comment first, and then I go to sleep.
I imagine, Amaris, you have some kind of, like, magical contraption for camping.
Oh yes, don't be silly.
Glamping.
If you allow,
You're
you know
a
those...
So Amaris pops
It's
up
a very comfortable sleeping bag.
this little contraption, and it folds out into, like, a small house, kind of, that is sized just for Amaris, that fits specifically in whatever area Amaris is in, to not take up too much space. And it's very cold down in the deep roads, and as soon as you open, you get a gust of heat.
You're fucking glamping. That's amazing.
I'm glamping, exactly. I have the equivalent of like Astarion's tent, but better.
I turn into a little brown cat. And I curl up by the fire.
A little brown kitty cat.
Yeah, Narcisse just takes off his Inquisition Scout jacket to use as a pillow. And underneath there is crow armor. And he just looks at Ulrich like, I do not know how you didn't get it right.
So rude.
Just scribbles harder on the map.
So rude. The legends of the map is fucking baby, fucking tethers.
Little shit.
Fucking
Fucking tethers. Yeah.
Little shit and fucking Tethris are now the catchphrases of this campaign. Well, I mean, to be fair, after last episode, I think fucking Tethris was
The quote of the session.
until one of you actually succeeds in fucking Tethris, though.
Yeah. I want it to be Ulrich for the laughs.
Yeah.
I feel like they deserve it.
Yeah.
They deserve it.
Anyway.
Sir,
That's just what Mira's shipping.
Sir Dwarf gay sex.
Yay!
No, the real enemies to lovers is Narcissus and Ulrich. It's the real enemies to lovers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Slow burn.
Or Amaris and anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We'll get to that, don't worry. Don't worry.
Thorn watches Amaris go into his basically RV, and he just goes, "Fucking Vince."
Fucking Tethris and fucking Vince, that's what it is.
Someone's got to keep up the fucking Vince catchphrase after Thorn leaves the party. Probably be Ellie, just in honor of their fuck buddy.
Vince.
So they're not exclusive. No. They are not. They just have fun.
Warden with benefits.
As soon as I said that, I saw Cass's face of, really? And I was like, no. You're the last person who can have a shot with Thorn right now. Everyone else in the party has a better shot with Thorn than you.
So there's a chance.
So you're saying.
Giving Cass even a slight opening to romance an NPC is a challenge to him, so...
Correct.
I already gave you trauma with who you canonically had sex with in the Crows.
You did! You did! This boy is traumatized.
You know what?
And I hope you feel bad.
Just because they may not even... canonically, Narcisse has had sex with both Ilario and Lucanus.
Ilario?
One of those
Ilario's
sounds incredibly unsatisfactory. That you can't tell me you looked at Ilario and went, he knows how to do anything but please himself. Like, nothing about him, everything about him says rich Ivy League frat boy. Like, everything.
Luca. No, here you go. Lucanus is Henry Cavill, Geralt of Rivia. And Ilaria is Liam Hemsworth, Geralt of Rivia.
Yeah.
One of those is significantly worse.
I have a headcanon that Narcisse slept with Lucanus to piss off Ilario afterwards.
Poor Lucanus.
Listen, Ilario gaslit them, was gone the next day and was like, what? That never happened. What are you talking about? So...
Which we'll get more into that as we go.
Exciting.
I can't give you any of Mira's lore because that's spoilers.
Bye, baby. Be safe. Love you.
So,
Spoilers.
you guys are at the fire and everyone else goes to sleep. Ellie, you are with Thorn and he's just staring at Narcisse and he just goes, "Well, I knew he was a little off, but I didn't expect a fucking crow."
I just thought he was a little guy.
I hear stories about that one that traveled with the hero Fen'Harel, and I thought that he'd be more handsome if he was a crow.
I don't think that's a prerequisite for getting into the crows. I think you just got to be able to kill people.
I mean,
I don't know. You seen some of them? Anyway.
I mean, by that logic, you and I could be good crows. Just being good at killing people.
Oh,
Nah, a warrior
Yeah.
ain't even crow. That'd be silly.
I ain't quiet enough for that shit.
Staring at Bio or even letting that be an option in Veilguard, warrior ain't even crow. I feel like some of the factions should have been class locked. But anyways, well, normally if we were on watch alone, I'd suggest, but I'm not taking my eyes off. There's places we could have hid, but I'm not taking my eyes off him for a second.
No, don't do that. Also, I want to go look at the blight over there because it looks fucked up, doesn't it?
All the tentacles and shit, yeah.
Yeah, I just want to go have a look at that because that's weird.
Right, go on.
All right, thanks. Weird. Yeah, so she wants to go have a look at those blight tendrils.
Give me a nature check.
Nature check. Oh, it's a 22.
Yeah, this is definitely the blight, but it's a little different than any blight you've seen, because normally when you look at the blight, it's like dead or dying, and this feels like it's been tampered with. But you don't know how.
Can I poke it?
You poke it?
With like my axe. Like I take the blunt end of the axe and I just
It
poke at it.
bursts,
I'm not gonna like
it pops,
strike it, but
It pops,
Blech.
and you are covered in blight grime. He just goes,
oh, it's gross. Oh, it's gross.
Why-
Oh, don't touch it. It's gross.
Why'd you poke it?
Why wouldn't you poke it? I want to see what it was. Now it's gross. Ew.
Also, I just want to say, out of character, Narcissus is very handsome. Thorn's just being a dick.
I mean, yeah.
But it's just like, oh, come on, it's not the first time you've been covered in blight. Wait, is it different? This feels sticky. Blight usually feels slimy, this feels sticky.
I was sticky. This isn't the right kind of sticky. I don't want to be sticky like this. It's
Well,
disgusting.
I don't know how we're going to clean you off. I can't really... I don't do magic. Right, hey, hold on.
No,
He just opens Amaris' door. Amaris!
Sleeping mask. What?
Ellie got covered in goop. Can you do your
Sorry.
magic thingy and get rid of it?
Mm.
The goop...
Sort of waves her in, prestidigitate, pulls the mask back over and says, close the flap when you're on your way out.
goes, oh yes, your majesty, and closes the door. And then... You are no longer sticky. You don't feel it. On your skin, you don't feel it. But there's no amount of prestidigitation that will get that off of your memories and soul. You just feel gross, even though you are perfectly clean now.
Nasty.
It kind of feels like
Nasty.
how you felt after your joining times like 50.
Ellie goes to sit back down by the fire, and she definitely is not as chipper as she was. She looks a little put out.
Oh, sorry, babe. Next time I'll go poke the sticky thing.
No, don't. Usually,
You know what? Hey, wait. What if we tell the crow that nothing happens and that we need to cut a path?
make him do it.
Right. We don't actually need to cut a path. We'll just pretend we do.
Yep.
Thank you.
Let's make him
Can you
sticky.
bring me a Coke too, please? I'm sorry. I tried to text you. Thank you. I have the best wife. I have good wife. So, he just goes, well, I guess we're stuck here, and I think it's pretty fucking obvious who his target is.
I was gonna make that into a game, see if we could guess who it was.
Oh,
Who do you think it is?
the Vint.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Because if he was going to kill the dwarf, he would have done it weeks ago.
If you're gonna kill the dwarf, he would have done it on the way here. I don't think he knew the.
Though, to be fair, he probably would have gotten killed by Tetris.
Ain't true. Well, it makes sense, a crow killing a Vent.
He wouldn't have.
Because there's no reason for them to be after a warden, and I don't think there's any reason for them to be after the keeper either.
Right, last time they went after a warden, it resulted in a lot of dead talons, I think they're called.
Something like that.
Hero Ferelden did good work.
Oh, he's a love. I've told you before about Einar. He's such a lovely human being. For a sham, he's real nice.
Right, that's the
I
thing.
think I'm gonna make it into a game.
Do you
See if we
call
can make up wild stories about, who the crow is gonna kill.
Do you call everyone who's not an elf Shemlin or just humans? Because you've never called me that.
No, it's just your humans.
Seems a lot more racist when it's just humans.
Well, if you think, I think it's more, if you want to be technical, I think it's called prejudiced or something. But I mean, they've oppressed us for God knows how long, or Maker knows how long, or creators know how long. Who do I curse these days? Mythol's tits. I don't know what's going on.
Do you think Mythol has great tits? I don't know. Anyway, Andraste certainly does. Have you seen those statues?
I've seen a lot of them statues. I mean, they were gods of magic and stuff like that. Of course they were going to have great tits. If they didn't like their tits, they just would have magically made new ones. That's what I do.
Right.
Probably how she kill people. Just suffocate them.
So, also, Darkspawn jumping out of crypts, not uncommon,
Yeah, that was weird.
But why would Darkspawn hide?
They don't normally... Well, and they also turn into goo.
Yeah, they usually leave bodies.
Usually we have bodies, and then we gotta burn them. Well, and normally we touch black, and they don't explode into that. There's something different about it. Like, he's not dead.
After we're done with this ruin, we may have to cut the mission short, and I'll head back and report, and we'll head back and report to the First Warden. And the crow, and we'll send the crow either back to Antiva or back to Tevinter, depending on how he acts.
I mean, we could also send him off the side of a cliff. That's an option. Off the side of a cliff's always an option. Just saying.
Let's not kill him unless he tries to kill somebody in the group.
Oh, that's no fun.
You're very murder happy lately.
It's that time of the month.
And I've never been more happy that Kunari and elves can't procreate.
Ooh. Did Ellie get an axe in the last session?
I'll send it to you before we get into combat again.
Yeah.
It's not just an axe. It's the axe of the first warden.
Yeah. Oh, what did we have called it?
Griffin's Beak.
Griffin's Beak.
Mm-hmm.
Go.
So time passes. Give me a perception check, Ellie.
Alright. That is a 12.
I will also have Thorn give a perception check. Okay, that's a 17. You got nothing really happens. You like a few rats scurry through, and also a couple of deep stalkers poke close to your camp, but then they realize that this is not easy pickings and they run away.
I won't get.
And your watch passes without incident. Now it is time for the crow and the dwarf.
Mm.
So Thorn kicks Narcisse in the back.
Oh. You could have just given me a kiss to wake me. I am, Sleeping Beauty.
Uh-huh.
That's my job. You don't get to take it.
Out of everyone in this party, you're the person I would kiss the least.
Stab you in the back.
And you're not making Ellie want to kill you any less by flirting with me.
Oh, you want to kill me? Oh, that's very sweet.
I feel like anyone else flirts with Thorn and Ellie's gonna be like, "Oh yeah, you go ahead." But with Narcisse, she's like, "Don't you?" And Ellie, wake up the dwarf.
She's gonna very, very gently, like, push on Ulrich. There we go. That's what I'm trying to say.
I'm
Like, rattle his
I'm
arms.
Totally awake.
It's your turn, darling.
Yep. Yep.
And Thorn just looks down at Narcisse and goes, "Now can you manage 3 hours without trying to stab somebody?
That's something you should be saying to me.
If he tries to stab somebody, stab him."
Fair enough.
You know, I gave my word that I would not kill any of us while we are down here.
Well,
Yeah.
in my experience, the word of a crow isn't worth jack shit. Without money.
What experience do you have with the crows?
I'm not telling you that. And then he just goes over, scoops Ellie up under his arm and goes and lays down on a cot, and they go to sleep. I just saw the
Yep, the
Parker's
side shot.
voice chat pop up. I don't know the context what you're talking about, but I just see Parker. The experience is sex. Just in the fucking chat.
I'm muted from my side comments now.
I think Ulrich is just kind of like sitting by the fire, kind of working on using a whetstone on his long sword, making sure it stays nice and sharp. For no reason in particular.
Mm-hmm. I think Bambi is just like lounging for this watch, just kind of looking around. And eventually he does look to Ulrich and he says, "If I was sorry, I would say sorry for, deceiving you for a few weeks."
Yeah, never really anticipated an apology from you, to be perfectly honest.
Listen, we both had a job to do, yes?
Well, I don't go about murdering people for no reason.
I don't do it for no reason. I do not murder. I am an assassin. Murderers are amateurs. Thank you very much.
Same thing.
I get paid. See, you say this, but then you are there sharpening your little choppy
We're in
choppy.
deep roads. Anything could happen.
Yes, it could, couldn't it? If it would make you feel more comfortable, I can pretend to be, happy-go-lucky, hyperactive Bambi again.
No, that's just gonna make it worse because I know it's all a facade.
Not totally. I mean, it's closer to how I act when I am with the crows, so...
Probably the only thing I believe that you say.
Well, if you would permit me the chance to make you believe one more thing. I mean you no harm, Ulrich. You've been very kind. Very, accepting so far, before this whole reveal, So, I do not have any, what is the word in Ferelden? Beef with you. As far as I am concerned, we are all good, mate.
the problem when I play a serious character when I'm prone to giggle fits.
To be fair, I think we're all a little bit close to just... Cass playing it at even trying to use Ferelden lingo.
Only reason I was so nice is because I didn't have a reason to distrust you. As far as I knew, you were just a kid who was getting into something big. Despite even though the whole Corypheus thing was done, still a lot the Inquisition has to do.
I
What
mean,
I
if
thought
you
I was
think...
doing was guiding someone young and new.
I mean, no, I'm still young. I still got into something far larger than I thought it would be. So, you're not totally wrong still.
Assassin at your age. Shame. He goes back to sharpening his blade.
Bambi reaches for his pack and he opens a little letter. One that's well worn and has been read many, many times over the years. And he just reads that sitting in the silence.
Ulrich probably won't say much for the remaining of the watch, just keeping an ear and occasional eye out just in case.
And with that, I need Ulrich to give me a perception check.
Okay. Because my dice have loved me in the past, last session. Oh boy. Okay. We'll try this one. Oh, okay. That's pretty good. I can't do math all of a sudden. 23. 17 plus 6 is 23.
Same as before, just some rats and some deep stalkers, but they get a little bit closer this time. One of the deep stalkers, actually, while Bambi is immersed, gets its nuzzle real close to Bambi's face without him noticing. It's just snoofing.
Mm-hmm.
And Bambi, you feel a little on the side of your face, and you turn and just see the open worm mouth of a deep stalker.
Mm-hmm. That's adorable. Oh. Can we keep this one?
No.
You never let me have any pets.
Where were you? Nope. Not getting into that one. Clear head.
Oh, that reminds me, Parker, I do actually have, for once you get into the bigger wild shapes, I have some Dragon Age specific step blocks for wild shape like Brontos for you.
Oh, fuck yes!
I'm gonna be so big and scary.
Hell yeah.
Little tiny Mira just goes, I am now Beak.
Big mirror.
So my favorite thing is when the tiny druid turns into the big animal, which is like Halsin's the reverse. When he turns into like a boar, he goes from giant man to smaller animal, and it's kind of funny.
It's always a good trip.
Oh, yeah. And I think when it gets towards the end of the watch, Bambi looks at Ulrich again and says, "So shall I go wake up Amaris?"
I'll do it.
Oh, no, it's fine. Don't bother yourself. We're old friends.
Nope. I don't. Nope.
Amaris, yoo-hoo!
Don't wake up the entire camp.
Amaris, come out, wherever you are.
We'll say
And
that,
wherever you are is in this house. Come out.
we'll say that wakes Kitty Cat Mira up too.
I like the idea that Mira, as a cat, was somehow curled up towards where Amaris's nice camp is. And so he starts wandering over yelling, and she wakes up and hisses. Just a full, like, just a full, like, fluffed out cat that just got surprise woken up is just like,
Yeah, my thoughts exactly.
Oh, meow. Oh, Bella.
Or-
It's okay. Calm yourself.
Or as my daughter Eiley would say, meow.
No.
It's just a full, like, like, just like alley cat sound coming from this little brown cat. Yep.
Oh, look what you've done. You've woken the cat now, Amaru says as he's sort of unwinding the bun that had been where all his hair was and just habitually leans over to scritch Mira as a cat because he's so used to doing that with their kitchen cats. And just like, ah.
She is thoroughly confused and looks like one of those cats that, like, doesn't really, like, you know when cats, like, will move their back to avoid being touched? That's what's happening. She's like, oh, nope, 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 nope. Like,
Turning to liquid.
yeah, she, but being nice, she'll do the thing where cats, like, go through legs a couple of times and then trot over to the camp, sit wherever they were sitting at the campfire, and just casually turn back into herself. Because her stats are better as a person to be able
Then
to
a
see.
cat. That's fair.
So she exists.
Ulrich goes back to his bedroll.
Mm-hmm.
Where does Narcisse make sleep? Same spot he was before?
Over table, dear.
Yes.
Yes.
What do you want?
Yes.
What's up?
1 second.
Secrets.
Secret message.
Secret message.
Telepathic
In the
message.
deep roads. Secret message.
As you're sending that, Amaris will ask, is anything dead or dying?
Not yet. But there is a lovely deep stalker. Very friendly. Very cute. Very cutesy. Very demure.
That Deep Stalker ran away as soon as you talked.
Mm-hmm.
It's still out there. It's waiting for us.
It
to
will
find
be
it,
my
to make
pet.
us- It's friend shaped. If not friend, why friend shaped?
Exactly. Okay, so yeah, for Bambi's sleeping, he looks at Morris and he says, do you mind if I, and gestures towards the house.
You can't seal it if that's what you're thinking. You're welcome to try.
Oh, no, I just want a nap.
Well, considering you didn't kill me, I'll allow it. Not on my bedroll, there is a nice rug on the floor.
Wonderful. And Narcisse goes in to go have a nap in the warm.
It is warm, it smells good, it is clean. You are glamping.
Yes.
Glamping. The barbarian in me is screaming about glamping, being like, that's not camping! But also,
Correct.
but also, living in Texas, camping in the summer, sometimes it's like, AC's nice.
Yeah. Love a good RV.
So, now it is... There are two mages, Mira and Amaris,
Magic.
are Magic Boy and Magic Girl.
Love
Magic
it.
friends.
We shall see.
So, at this point, Ulrich has fallen back asleep and he is back to his snoring. And you guys can hear Thorn across just... fuck you, ogres. He talks in his sleep. Usually about fighting ogres. So, and they're not quiet, either of them. And you guys have to wonder, because Ellie is cuddling with Thorn. It's like, how does she sleep while he is muttering about ogres right into her ear?
Mm-hmm.
You're probably used to it.
You grew up Dalish. It's loud there too.
There's lots of people that don't really understand peaceful sleep. Or maybe that is peaceful. I don't know.
I don't know either, quite frankly. Well, to be fair, she's fallen asleep with quite a big, strong, large protector at her side, so that is peace, I
Right.
suppose.
Do you think the dwarf snores because they don't dream?
You know, I never thought about that.
I've never really, like, I've never been around one, and so I don't know, but nobody else is that loud. Do you think it's just not peaceful? It's just dark.
It would be so interesting to see what a dwarf sees when they sleep. Is it black? Is it memory?
Do you think it's a void? Just like an absence of...
An absence of something that isn't there, because what would there be
Right.
to fill if not dream? But then does that
And they
suggest
don't
that their
know-
mind is not working?
And they don't
know?
know what they're missing, so it's not like their brain could make something, right? Like, they can't know what a dream is.
They don't
Because
know
they've
what
never
they're...
had one.
Exactly. Something they've never experienced, so there is no point of reference, therefore there is no...
Does
death
that mean
in
they can't
recreation.
daydream? Do dwarves not
Would that
daydream?
not be... Would that be imagination? Or
Do
would
they
that
not
be
have
thinking
any?
back on events that have happened? Would that not be memory?
They
It's a
have
very
memory.
scientific discussion we're having.
just immediately fade talk triggered by dwarves snoring.
Immediately fade talk, exactly. On that note, Dalish, true Dalish, not city elf, do you not find this place curious?
So, my name's Miralyn. You can just... That's fine to say Mira, Miralyn, Miri, M. There's lots of different ways to shorten a name, and it won't come off as condescending. But, yes, it does feel strange. Yes. Mm-hmm.
There's no dwarf... Sorry, you go.
There's no dwarves. Dwarven anything, is that what you...
Yes, which is odd
Right.
considering the scale and
We're in-
architecture of a place such as this.
And we're in the Deep Roads, which most commonly has Dwarven architecture, from what I understand.
Precisely.
Mm-hmm. But instead, it's like my gods and your gods, right?
The old gods,
So-
yes.
Right. So I think it is strange, but maybe it's also just a part of the Deep Roads that was more inclined to magic. Maybe it's more closely connected to the Fade, if we considered, like, seeing if it's thinner here than other parts. Maybe, like, it drew magic users, which would not include dwarves, because as we've discussed, they cannot dream or possibly daydream. I'm really excited to ask. Because, like, would that take away the idea of imagination? Because that doesn't seem right, because they make such like big things. But they, like, is daydream dreaming? Right?
Right.
Things Bioware didn't consider when they cut off dwarves from their dreams. That the
Exactly.
I have questions!
It's a
And
genuine question, and we're thinking about it because now we have to consider dreaming. That is a manifestation of your subconscious. But what does that
I have to
indicate
consider-
if you
I have
can't?
to consider it playing as a dwarf.
Yeah,
Right. You're
Par-
just blank.
it's a
Parker
very
just,
important question.
Parker just
Huh?
verbalized all Dragon Age fans in 2025. It's like
I have
it's
questions.
like I have questions. Bioware, hey, we're never gonna give you answers. Why can't you be more like Larian?
Why? This is why the kids don't come home, Dragon Age. Anyway,
This is
Larian's my real dad. Okay.
Larian's my real dad, and then I'm gonna go hang out at Uncle From Software's house. But that game,
Yeah.
those games don't even have a story. No, but their lore is all just so well done! Just yelling at your parent who is Bioware.
Correct.
I think Bioware
How
helped
dare you
raise...
abandon me like this in my time of need?
I feel like Bioware raised half of us in this call, and then the other half discovered
Great time.
discovered Dragon Age as adults and went, oh no, I wish I'd had this as a teenager.
Right. Yeah, I think they're just talking Fade stuff.
Talking
They're
fate.
talking
So,
Fade.
speaking...
On that note, though, so just
No,
Right.
since Mira mentioned the potential of a veil being thinner here, Amaris as a dreamer, if I can make an Arcana check, would I have noticed anything unusual?
so I was actually going to say that. When you were... Thank you for reminding me. When you were in your dreams tonight, give me an Arcana check, because it was definitely different than what you normally see of the Fade.
Oh, that checks out because that was a nat 1 for a 7.
Oof.
Yeah, this is...
The dice have spoken.
When you were asleep, it was not familiar at all, and it almost felt like stories you've heard from Dorian about walking physically in the Fade. Almost, but not quite like how he described. There was a lot of floating, like, buildings and, like, floating platforms, floating pieces of land, and it was just odd, because normally the Fade is one interconnected thing. There's no floating. But something about it, and I've already said this, both feels like it is and isn't what Dorian experienced with the Inquisition. But one thing you definitely notice is the Black City was more visible than normal, and it had tendrils coming off of it. And it was closer than usual.
On the subject of dreams,
Right.
I don't feel quite comfortable sleeping in this place. And Amaris almost has this sort of like distant look in his eyes. He's thinking back to what has happened. The veil is thin here. There is magic in the air. It's all around us, yes, as it normally is, but it's warped and it's strange, and I could have sworn the Black City was blighted when I last saw it. Huh.
That would be bad.
That would be bad.
So, you... so the dreams were weird?
The dreams were weird, and they were more real than a dream should have any right to be. I'm not sure if you might have experienced something, the scholars say lucid dreaming, almost being aware that you yourself are in a dream and you almost have a sense of control over it. But it's not as tangible as you would be, not as vivid as if you were walking or conducting yourself in reality. If that makes sense.
It does. So we should not stay much longer if we can help it.
If we could help it, no, that would be most ideal. Do what we came to do. Get out as soon as possible. That may be part of the strangeness that the wardens were wanting to investigate.
Can I ask you a question?
You may.
What's the deal with the... Is he here to kill you?
You know, he's more than welcome to join the line of those who would wish me dead. Whether or not he's more successful than any of them have been, we have yet to see. So I'm not particularly fussed. It's flattery, really.
That was a very long, sassy way to say yes. Right? Is that not worry you?
No, it would worry me if there was someone who did not want to kill me. Because that would suggest the stance that I take in the Imperium is not having the effect that I want. If someone is trying to kill me, that means they disagree with something. or they want me out of their way for their own game. If I remain in their way, that means I'm doing something right.
So you want people to want to kill you?
Nicely.
She is the most confused little Dalish elf trying to understand Tivinger politics look in her face, and she's like, sure. Okay. I suppose I will try to stop him if it comes to it.
That would be very sweet, but you needn't put yourself in harm's way for my sake.
Right. Okay. And she's just gonna kind of like, okay. She's gonna let that lie. They've talked about fate things and dreams and.
I'm glad we're on
I have questions for the dwarves in the party.
And I have things for both of you. So as you turn away, Mira, Amaris, you hear that same voice that you all heard earlier, but this time it seems like only you hear him. Magister Varus, your views in Tevinter do you little credit. Why fight this war alone if you could have powerful allies who want to bring back the expansion of Tevinter's old glory, but not its policies? Freeing slaves, ending mage supremacy, but expanding all of Thedas. We should talk, you and I. And you can reply in your head back to him.
Can't? Can.
You can.
You can reply to this message.
You can reply to this message. And who would be addressing me so I know who in turn to address?
I'll show you. And you fall into your dream state.
Oh.
And you are sitting in a room. Like in a, well, not a room, in like a courtyard. And it looks as though someone has tried to recreate the Golden City in all its splendor in dream form. And there are 7 thrones, all of them with skeletons, and you see one of them very clearly is Corypheus' dead body.
Oh.
And sitting at the head, you see a man with a large, tall, almost like hat head. His skin is like torn up on his body with pieces of like stone jutting out. He's got a gold mask covering half his face, and he just goes, "You may call me the Architect." But everyone who's played Origins just went, "What?" Meanwhile, Cass, who still has it, is like, "Huh?" Cass has only seen my playthrough of Origins, and I didn't do Awakening the channel yet. And he is just sitting there in a throne. He goes, gestures to the bodies. "My fellows who journeyed with me all sought the same thing your opponents seek. Enslavement of all. Mage supremacy. I want everyone to be equal, whether they be mage, elf, kunari, dwarf. No slavery. None at all. The just will rule. And if you aid me, I shall see that divine Amaris, first of his name, rules well alongside his new Archon."
A bold proposition from one with a bold title. What has stopped you from achieving this already?
I had to bide my time. The one you call the hero Ferelden killed me for being what I am. As you can see, the prejudice exists even among noble heroes. And then I had to contend with Corypheus, but your Inquisitor did that for me. Now there is nothing. None of my fellows, no warden strong enough to stop me from retaking Tevinter and creating it in an image of peace, where all beings are equal.
Do you believe it will remain so?
We will be sure it does. And he raises his hands and the golden city turns black and corrupted, and you see blight all over it. This city was never golden. But with your help, I can make it so. With you and a few choice other Magister allies. Magister Parvis, Magister Talani. They would do wonders for the world.
Does he seem like he's being genuine, or does he seem like he's very clearly fabricating this
Roll me insight.
beautiful, beautiful dream, beautiful goal? Oh, right. I'm gonna use one of my points to give myself advantage on this,
Okay.
because I am God's favorite prince.
Did you just make male Shadowheart, basically?
Yes, I did. That is a dirty 20 on both rolls.
Dirty 20. As you look at him, you see no signs when you, because you can tell when people are lying. His breath is, not only does it feel calm, it feels powerful. His one good eye is locked with yours. There's no pupil dilation, no nothing. He is fully intending to share his new Imperium with you.
Consult with the others first. I have worldly matters to attend to. These ogres are being quite a problem, and I can't very well go home until that is resolved. If you know anything about that, your counsel is most welcome.
The Untom are indeed here, using Talvashoth women forced to become brood mothers to breed armies of ogres. I've watched their experiments. They were not getting far until today. They are using they're trying something new. All the Talvashoth women died in attempts, except when they tried what they call a Cerebas as a broodmother. Now these ogres are stronger and easier controlled. I suggest dealing with their leader. She is deeper within. That is what is causing the ogre uprising.
Your counsel is appreciated, and I hope you would forgive me that I take more time to consider your proposition. Things too good to be true, and all that. I'm sure you understand well.
I do have a name for you, if you would like to know mine. Archon Maricel Parvus.
Archon Parvis. Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
That name, instantly, you're just like, ah, the Archon who was the High Priest of Lusicon back in the day.
If anyone of the party was awake or aware
Well,
of
Mira,
Amaris when this is happening,
Mira is, but we're gonna get to that.
all good.
She's a little
I will
distracted
just
too.
say,
She gets a little fun thing to do too.
when this is happening with Amaris and in his dream state, anyone awake or taking notice would see that his eyes have become this almost milky whiteness, as if he was blind. But under his breath, he is reciting what could be one of a chants, but intervene. And he's specifically reciting the Canticle of Silence, in which the choir of sounds is corrupted. The first among the old gods was silence, which leads into the golden city and the gates opening. That is what he is quietly muttering under his breath and does not even realize it.
As the Archon stares, well, I guess he was the Archon at one point.
Who was the Archon?
As the architect stares down at you, and I'm sending a picture of him in chat for Cass, because Cass has never seen the architect. But the gold mask is missing half of it from his fight with Warden Einar Kuzland.
Smash.
Anyway, you are then pulled out of your dream state as he just goes, I wish you and your warden friends luck. Perhaps more wardens will be kinder allies to you than they were to me. And you're pulled out. Also, that little like shit talk of Kuzlin there being like, "Oh yeah, even your heroes are racist." It's like, you're a dark spawn. You're a dark spawn, my man. Now, meanwhile, while that's happening, Mira, you turned away. I know.
Mm-hmm.
And as you do, you notice Amaris kind of stare off into the distance and start muttering. And as you do, you feel the pocket where you put the Alluvian shard start to get really hot.
Dope. Okay. She does like a really, what would be obvious if anyone else was awake, like a very obvious look to make sure Maris is not paying attention, and then turns further away and pulls the Alluvian shard out.
It's like that kid that got new Pokemon cards and doesn't want to show his friends what he
Correct.
got. And he's like...
Yes.
So as you do this, the shard is now even more clear than it was before.
Okay.
Pure as can be. You've never seen a piece of Alluvian glass look this clear. And as you look in, you can see on the other side a beautiful a beautiful elven woman with blue eyes looking through a gold mask.
Okay.
And I need you to give me a perception check to understand what she is, to comprehend. Because voices come into your mind, a bunch of them at once.
Okay. Not great. 15?
You hear, Child of the Elven, use this shard to destroy the Alluvion here. Only then may your gods bless you.
Okay. Do I think that I can talk back?
You can try.
I think she kind of like hesitates, and then I'm who are you?
Do you not recognize the creator of the Hala? The creator of the Leviathans? The creator of the Elven's treasures? I am she, Ghilan'nain.
I
What?
think she bows her head in reverence.
There are two of us left, child.
Two.
Your Grey Wardens have killed 5 of the Evanuris.
I think in her head, she runs through what that is, and then it's like, thinks better of being like, they kill archdemons, not gods. And I think she just kind of is very quiet. I need to destroy an Illuvian here?
There is one deep within, child. An active one. The Antam, as you call them, have been using it. Do this. And you will be one of my uplifted.
I think she's just a little taken back. You and who are?
Elgar'nan. He who is mightiest. But be warned. The dread wolf still stalks, and he is near you. Destroy the Illuvian and you hinder his plans.
Yes. I can do that.
Good child. Now go with the blessing of the creators, Elgar'nan and Ghilan'nain, on your side. And you actually are blessed for the next until your next long rest. You get advantage on any attack rolls and saving throws.
Okay.
Well, not saving throws. Any attack rolls or spell
attack rolls and spells.
Yeah. And you feel this blessing wash over you, and it feels wrong. It definitely feels divine, but not how you would expect the blessing of Ghilan'nain to feel. And now, in your mind, you could chalk that up to that being Elgar'nan's influence as well, or...
Mm-hmm.
But you have also just been told that 5 of your gods have been slain. And only the Ghilan'nain, Elgar'nan, and the Dread Wolf remain.
Yeah.
The last thing she says is, may the Dread Wolf not take your scent.
Dureth Shiral. She's gonna very quickly put the Illuvian back in her pocket. The Illuvian shard. And she's gonna sit there trying to reason out in her brain how the Grey Wardens killing archdemons kills her gods. Because that's not right. Like, in her head, she's like, bad. Bad.
There's a few ways that this could be interpreted by Mira.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I want, just for funsies on this, I want you to insight Ghilan'nain to see which way Mira would more likely lean in that regard.
Okay.
Keep Ghilan'nain.
15.
Oh,
Again.
you believe every word that Ghilan'nain just said. Well, you don't necessarily, you don't have to believe her. She did not seem to be lying.
Okay. Right. So now she's immediately... Because she doesn't know anything about Grey Wardens. She just knows basic things about what she's heard. I think that she thinks about everything, and then she thinks that if she listens, that Ghilan'nain will bless her and help her figure out what she needs to figure out. And so I think in the last bits of this watch, she like druid crafts like a very nice like set of flowers and lays them on the Andrul statue because she's now aware that Andrul is dead.
The armored Evanuris is dead.
Yeah, and I think that she also has a moment where she is very upset because Ghilan'nain was Andrul's chosen.
Mm-hmm.
And like her beloved, and so that also means that Ghilan'nain is alone.
She's alone with Elgar'nan.
And that makes her very sad. Like, so yeah, I think that.
Oh, but don't worry, she's got the sun god looking over her.
Yeah. But I think that definitely like
Rattled.
freaks her out. Yep.
Give me one last perception check, real quick.
Okay. Be nicer to me, you stupid. But we said perception, right? 23.
You actually beat the... So I have like a lower DC for like kind of hearing it in your head. And also, and you just hit the DC for hearing it out loud.
Yay!
You feel a presence and you hear a voice. Lethaline, do not listen. They are full of deceit. Go through the Illuvian. Do not shatter it. And you see an image of a man, and it's a very like just monotone voice.
Yeah.
And you see an image of a man standing with his hands behind his back, a bald-headed elven man wearing ancient elven armor, on the edge of your camp, standing right above Ellie and Thorn, but you can't make out his face. And then as soon as you try to look up at him, he disappears from sight.
Can I insight check what he sounded like?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. 26.
With that insight, he doesn't seem to be lying to you at all, but you hear the voice. And it sounds like descriptions of the Inquisition's reports of Solus, who you now know is claiming, at least, to be Fen'Harel.
Okay.
So now, at the end of this dungeon, Mira gets to make a big decision that dictates where we go.
No pressure or anything.
No pressure. I think that she mutters Banal Nadas like out loud, like talking to herself, which is like nothing is known for certain. And
as you do that, you hear a voice right next to you, like right next to your ear. Some things are certain, Lethaline. The Evanuris cannot be trusted. And gone again.
You're literally the god of lies.
Depending upon the story.
You're literally the god of lies. She's having a whole external crisis.
But you know he's the god of lies. But also,
yes,
you felt he was being more honest than Ghilan'nain. With
Yeah.
your well,
like
you,
she was
you
leaving
felt
stuff
the-
out.
You felt he is not excluding information. She didn't lie to you.
She's omitting.
She's omitting things. So
Yeah.
you have a choice, Mira, which will probably take Mira a while to get this choice. Do you believe that your god you've worshipped your entire life,
Now the one that I have markings on my face for?
or the Dread Wolf?
Cool. Cool.
And the last thing you
woof.
hear is Irabalas Lethaline as he leaves.
And now we're apologizing. Okay. She feels like a child of divorce, and she sits staring at the fire.
So you and Amaris.
I don't know whose family I'm going to for Christmas, and it's really stressful.
So you and Amaris.
They're both animals. I don't know.
As you and Amaris both come out of your trance-like states, you kind of look around, and everything around you has shifted.
Oh fuck.
You guys are now camped around two statues of Ghilan'nain and Androil in a completely different spot. All of your gear, everything moved with you, including the house. But you guys have completely teleported since you two zoned out.
I think that Mira comes out of that state, looks around really quickly, looks at Amaris and sees that he's back, and it's like, okay, so did you see what happened? I didn't see what happened.
What do
We're
you mean?
having
What
like
happened?
a fade thing. Do you not see that we're in a different place? We're in
Ah.
a different place. How are we gonna explain that we're in a different place? Can we just say magic? Do you think they'll believe that?
Well, it was magic. We were having a whole
Right,
academic
like-
discussion about magic in this place. Of course it was magic.
Right.
What else could it be?
Right.
Just very innocently, what else could it be?
Are we going to be in trouble?
Well, no one's dead or dying. What is there to get in trouble for?
And
Oh, hello. We moved and packed up a camp for you while you were sleeping. You're welcome.
it might be
I'm
believable
gonna
if
let you talk.
it might have been believable if you guys didn't have to lift and carry Thorn.
Yeah. I'm gonna let you levitate.
No, magic.
I'm gonna let you talk.
You guys
You
also
better at talking.
you guys also realized that you guys were zoned out so long that people are starting to wake up. Your watch ended. You were both in your conversations for what felt like minutes, but it was actually several hours.
Yeah, that checks
We
out.
may have overslept.
I did oversleep, yes.
So Thorn wakes up
I-
and hits his head
look
on a
so-
statue,
Comfortable?
and he hits his head on a statue, and he's like, "Was that fucking?"
She just yells magic.
He just
Magic.
he shoves he gently nudges Ellie, kicks Ulrich's feet to wake him up, and then he goes in, opens the door, pulls Bambi out of the room,
Yeah.
and then as there are no people in the room, the little house condenses. He tosses it to Amaris, and then he's, "Why the fuck are we somewhere else?
Magic.
What?
Did you not hear?
Oh, what the fuck?
You're gonna have to give me more of an explanation than magic."
Did you do
I
this?
would if I could, but I can't. Because it wasn't our magic?
Is this
It
normal
was
deep
just-
road stuff?
I don't
This
think
is not deep. Shh. And you guys start to hear shaking
No, no.
so.
and
Maybe
bust,
it's-
I don't like these.
busting through a wall on either side of you guys.
No,
No.
no, no.
Yeah.
Don't do this to me,
Alright.
man.
Cool.
Oh,
Good morning,
fuck.
everyone. not magic.
Oh,
Oh.
Oh,
fuck!
Why is he so big?
Oh, are
These are
you
definitely
looking? Oh, where are we?
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to roll. Sorry.
a mood. Oh,
So-
hello.
on either side of
don't-
you.
Like
Good
it.
fucking morning.
Oh, I don't have
And-
my armor on because I don't sleep in my armor, yo.
Oh, I don't like any of this.
So you can take an action to
Oh.
put your armor on if you want in your turn.
It takes a long time for me to put on chainmail armor. Chainmail armor you can't just pop on.
Technically, yes. Yeah, it takes like
So,
15 minutes in game.
These
Yeah.
ogres,
I'm fucked.
these ogres bashed. Thankfully, Thorn and Ellie slept in their armor because they're wardens,
but-
and they didn't
oh,
realize
boy,
you
oh,
were
boy.
going to take your armor off when you went to sleep, or they would have stopped you.
Who sleeps in armor? That's
Wardens!
not comfortable. It's not good
They
for you.
do.
I'm not a warden.
Yet,
Oh, Lord.
and
God.
it's at this point that you guys hear whispers, and on top of the ogres,
No.
coming floating through, is a dark spawn.
My fault.
Holding its hands
My
and
fault.
weaving, and there's magic. And we're gonna take
I
our
told
break
you it was-
now.
I
And
told
when we
you.
come back from the break, they get to boss fight. They get a boss fight with two enhanced ogres
Oh.
and a Herlock emissary alpha.
Great.
I would like it to be known that I asked for one. When
I
given
also
the
asked
choice.
for one.
I'm
And
This is because someone asked for none. I added more.
hey, it was a joke.
Well, this isn't. Now you have two ogres to fight.
We have now learned that we do not joke with the DM.
You can
We
joke
just
with
don't
me.
answer.
We just do
I
this.
think it would
Next
be
time I
really
just
funny
say
if there was like 8 of them, maybe. You know?
Oh, good
I
idea.
just think that would be really.
Let me get
Wait,
more.
no.
I'm just... No, these are not normal
Anyway,
ogres.
break.
Anyway, we're going to go on break, and when we come back, we will fight. So, thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you all after the break. Welcome back, everyone. It's time to fight ogres and a Darkspawn Emissary, which is probably the scariest thing on the board right now. So, first things first, roll initiative, everybody. I will roll for... The ogres will share an initiative.
Fuck.
That's
Nice.
good. That's
Woof.
not good.
yeah, that's kind of par for the course for me.
Okay. I will tell you
It
first.
20.
works fine.
I will to
Does
let
that
you
mean-
guys know. The ogres got 23. The emissary,
Oh,
the emissary got a 7. Thorn got a 9.
Oh, buddy.
So the level 15 member of the party is probably going close to last. Ellie, what you got?
5.
Ellie, ooh, Ellie, the barbarian goes. Oh no, that's bad.
Yeah, I'm gonna get whacked, guys.
You do have it. You do have a DM inspiration if you'd like to use that to re-roll your initiative. It's up to you.
No, I want to save that for something better than this.
Okay,
She
Mira.
can take a good couple hits before she has to rage.
Mira.
What did you get in your...
Oh.
You got a 2? Oh, my God.
I rolled a 1.
Oh, my God.
We're gonna die.
Um,
But I'm the healer.
Amaris,
20. Relax.
I'm the healer. I should go.
Bambi,
15.
Ulrich.
13.
Initiative order: ogres, Amaris, Bambi, Ulrich, Thorn. Okay, so it's the ogres, everyone else, the emissary, Ellie, and Mira. Speaking of ogres, first it's going to be, if you guys are paying attention to the roll 20, it's going to be this big boy on the right here. And him being an enhanced ogre, he has a reach of up to 10 feet. First thing he's going to do, which means he can reach all 3 of you, he's going to do his multi-attack. First, it's going to be 2 smash punches going at Ulrich. 2 attacks of the 4.
Hey,
I'm
yeah.
going to save you the trouble. My armor class is 12.
Well, the first one definitely hits with a 17. So I'm just going to roll that. The punches don't do as much damage as the Herlock's big hammer, but... Let's see. So let's get those... Let's get D12 out.
I almost forgot to set a long rest for Ulrich. But I
That's-
fixed it. I did it. He's long rested.
So 16 bludgeoning for the first one. Second attack. Actually, might miss. That's an 11.
Misses!
Third attack, he's going to actually reach over Ulrich's head. 4, and I'm just going to roll 1 through 10. He's going to go for Mira. 11 through 20, he's going to go for Amaris.
Oh.
That is a natural
Just-
1, so he is going to reach to try to grab.
Okay.
So I'm going to roll to see if he hits now. That is a 17 on the die, so I'm pretty sure a 25 is going to hit you, Mira.
Yes.
So you're going to take...
Hold on.
Are they hitting or grabbing? Oh.
Yeah.
The grab is an attack, so he's like snatching
Okay.
you up. So you still take bludgeoning damage.
Got it.
But...
Got it.
Actually, I would like to use a reaction of mine because she is right next to me and this thing is within 5 feet. They're both within 5 feet of me. I want to use my
Yay.
reaction for interception. When a creature you can see hit another creature within 5 feet of you, with an attack roll, you can take a reaction to reduce the damage dealt to the target by 1d10 plus 4. You must be holding a shield or a simple or martial weapon to use this reaction. I have a martial weapon in my hand.
Aww.
Reduce that damage.
Yay!
And of course, I rolled a 1.
Okay.
No.
Oh, no.
1.
I'm
So
reducing the damage by 5.
we'll count that for the fourth thing, because the third attack, the grab, I actually misread my own stat block. It does not do damage, but the squeeze...
Oh.
But the squeeze
okay.
will. And it is an auto hit with him holding you. I'm still going to roll because
Uh-huh.
he can still crit.
Oh.
He did not crit, so you will take 5 less damage from this attack.
Okay.
I tried.
You did. You did great.
Well,
Yes.
I'm doing math.
That's not good.
17 plus
That's not
6. Or 17 plus... 28 bludgeoning reduced to 23.
Cool. Cool.
And he starts crushing you.
I'm at half health, if anyone cares.
That took me to half!
I have 72 hit points. I'm a druid.
There, at least we have healing potions in our
Yes.
inventories.
Now,
Yeah, if I die,
I
Oh
am
no, I meant for you, but
I
am playing this like Dragon Age Origins and Inquisition
Yes.
rules for ogres. If
For
you
sure.
if you hit the ogre hard enough, he will drop Mira.
yeah.
Next ogre's
All right, everybody.
Next ogre's turn. He's gonna do his 4 attacks. First 2 going at Thorn. That's a miss. That's an actual 20. That's max damage. Oh.
Oh, fuck.
Say hana wanaha.
So 20... Thorn just got punched in the chest by this ogre and took 42 bludgeoning damage.
Oh!
On a crit, max
That would've been
damage.
rough.
So their max damage
That
with
would've been
a single punch is 21 damage, just so you guys know.
Uh-huh.
So he just gets... And he, like, falls for a second, and he has to do a save to not be knocked prone off of a crit. He does make that save. Next, the ogre is going to try to reach and grab Bambi.
okay. Let me know what the roll is because I have a reaction that could
It's
potentially
just a roll.
save me.
It's just a roll to hit.
Yeah.
That is only a 12 to hit.
Oh, that's fine. That does not hit.
He reaches and he misses. So then he just takes his hand and he goes to do a third smack on Ellie this time. I don't think a 16 hits, does it?
She dances right out of the way.
Okay, whoop! Okay, so that ogre didn't do as good a job. Now we have Amaris.
Amaris is going to burn 2 sorcery points to cast Quicken Spell. And he is going to try and hit that emissary with a chromatic orb. Does a 21.
Yes, I heard 20 in there.
Yeah. You've got a +9 to hit. That is... Damage. 22 points of lightning damage as several beams of green-toned lightning shoot out towards the emissary, followed by, from his other hand, a burst of firebolt,
Okay.
which I will see does a 22 hit
Uh-huh.
for an additional 10 points of damage. That is 32 points of damage
32
altogether,
total.
combined. He knows what he's good for. He deals with magic users.
Yep. All right. Is that your turn?
And these statues, how tall are they? These big ones?
About 10 feet tall.
About 10 feet tall, okay.
Oh, you mean the big?
I'm just going-
you mean these huge
The
ones?
big one,
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
those are like 30 feet tall.
30 feet tall. Is there room, like, above them? Like, or do they hit the ceiling?
Their heads hit the
Okay.
ceiling.
Okay, that's fine. In that case, Amaris is going to use his movement to sort of just move back further and almost like take cover in a way.
You will provoke an opportunity attack for moving out of the ogre's range. He has 10-foot reach,
Okay.
and you're 10 feet. That would be a 17 to hit.
Yep, hits.
Okay. That is going to be 16 bludgeoning damage.
16 bludgeoning. Which ogre hit me?
This boy. The one that was closest to you.
Okay.
The one that's holding a mirror. Or-
Yeah, he's
I
got a
remember
mirror,
that.
and he just like hits you as you ran. So now
Hmm.
it is Bambino.
Bambino. Okay, so there's Amaris is right by the ogre, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that would
Well-
mean advantage.
Amaris moved, but now... no, so the way I do flanking is if a creature is large or bigger, or huge sized or bigger, which these are huge, you have to get around it with 4 people. You have to surround it to get flanking.
Damn it.
Now, the way sneak attack works is you
Yes.
still get the extra sneak attack damage because an ally is close. You don't necessarily... You don't need advantage on sneak attack if there's an ally close to it. You only need advantage if there's not an ally anywhere near it. And yes, both you can get advantage
Close
on
as possible.
you can get advantage on both ogres because Ulrich is also right under one, and Thorn is standing right next to the other one.
Okay, so my first action, I'll do the psychic blades headed for the ogre here.
Okay.
Ranged attack. With sneak attack
Mm-hmm.
if it hits. 1 second. That was not great. That was a 12.
12 misses wide.
However, because I am level 11, I can use a homing strike and roll an extra d10 if I use 1 psionic energy die
Okay, go ahead.
to add to that attack roll.
Nice.
This music
Okay,
is,
so that is a 6 to take us up to 18.
that is exactly enough to hit their armor class of 18.
Nice.
Stunning. Okay, so
This music is even so fitting with the map I have too.
That's so good.
Okay.
It's great.
So 15 is the base damage, and then I need to do. Where is my sneak attack? There it is. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 15 plus 22 damage for that attack.
Okay.
And then I use my offhand attack. Uwu. And I'm gonna go for throwing a dagger at the emissary.
Okay.
Because I'm just a guy. And that's a nat 1.
So,
Woof.
why don't you roll again to hit for me real quick?
Yeah. Okay. That's a nat 20.
Well, now
Wow, just
Nice.
the yin and yang there.
I'm going to roll a d6 to
Nice.
see who you hit with that.
Fuck.
Since it's a psychic
Oh,
die.
no.
Yep.
Yeah.
Critical fail on a psionic die.
Mm-hmm.
That means his head got rattled and the energy goes. And I had him roll to see how high he could hit. I will be nice. I will roll a d4 and I will not count Mira in this because she's already gotten her butt kicked.
Thank you.
So you can either hit Amaris, Ellie, Ulrich, or Thorn with a crit.
Oh god, they're gonna kill me.
Wait.
They're gonna think I'm attacking them.
Oh.
If you get a
Yeah.
if you get a 1, it's I'll make 1 and 4 the worst options. If you get a 1, it's Thorn, 2 Ellie, 3 Ulrich, 4 Amaris.
Yep.
That is a 4. You just critical hit Amaris.
What is your
The
hit?
one that we all
No,
think
what
you're
is the
trying to
hit?
kill?
What was your hit attack?
It was a crit,
It was a natural 20.
28
It was a
in total.
but it was a crit,
Yeah.
so you take double
Yeah.
damage. Thankfully, so that's how I do crit failures on magical beings, usually, and the psionic counts. If it wasn't psionics, I would have been like, But also,
Yeah.
we like drama here on the Cold Wolf Run channel, if you haven't noticed.
The fact that it's hitting the
Oh.
person we think you're all trying to kill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With a crit!
Story-wise,
It's shut.
pretty great.
So how much damage? Thankfully, no sneak attack.
Just 4. Not sneak attack, so it's double 7, so 14.
So you get hit square, this critical hit of a psionic blade that you recognize. You see,
Is that psychic damage?
it's piercing. So you see it look like he's throwing a dagger at the emissary, but it shoots back towards you. And you get hit about 2 inches from your heart with piercing damage.
That was my bad, that wasn't on purpose.
And you take 14 piercing damage, Amaris.
I will kill you first.
Just the my bad.
I didn't plan to do that, but you rolled that nat 1 and
Pretty
then
great.
immediately rolled a nat
This will
20
be
to hit a
pretty
party.
good.
And I was like, okay, to hit a party member, what do you roll? Nat 20.
Great story.
That has never happened in my time as a DM ever. Someone critting their crit fail.
Nice.
Oh my gosh.
So that's also your turn, Narcissus, I think.
That
Oh, God.
yeah, all I had left was movement and I wasn't gonna move, so
Ulrich, you're up, and you just see Mira in this thing's hand as it is squeezing her, and it's rearing its fist back to punch her.
Okay, well, what's fun is I have 3 attacks, and I'm a battle master, so I have all sorts of fun things.
A disarm, even if you don't do enough damage, I will say you could try disarming strike.
That's exactly what I have, thankfully. So, what I'm going to do, first let me make sure that I can actually hit the fucker. So I'm going to attack the hand of this ogre, because it's going to be easier to just attack the hand that's right next to me. Please, 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 please. Oh, 29, baby!
That definitely hits.
And I'm using it two-handed, so that's going to be a D10 for the longsword.
Mm-hmm.
And I am going... Hold on, where'd it go? I will be attempting to use disarming attack.
It's a dex
So-
save, correct?
It is a strength save, unfortunately.
Unfortunately for you guys on that one.
Mhm.
Yeah. Sorry, the DC... Where the fuck is my DC for this? Hold on. Sorry, I gotta find the fucking DC. It normally has it all set up for me. It's gonna be a 17. 17 strength.
Well, with a very low roll, it got a 16 by rolling a 3. It has a plus 13 to strength saving throws. But you hit him, and he drops Mira.
Yep.
And
He's only
punches
taking
his
an
own.
additional 10
And punches his own fit. Okay, how much damage was it total?
because it's my superiority die, so I get to add that to the damage as well.
Yeah.
So that's I rolled a 10 and a 5, so that's 15, and then plus my attack bonus, so 21 total damage.
Nice. And he
That's it.
drops his hands after and he just looks. He leans over Ulrich and just does a like roar, like spraying bile into your face.
I land on my butt, just canonically. I'm not dexterous.
You're not a cat right now.
I'm not dexterous. No. Land on my butt.
It's like this cute little
that was
Dalish
my
elf
first
just going, oh.
Ugh.
That was my first attack.
Nice.
Okay.
She yells thank you as she falls.
Thank you. Okay, and then I don't want to use more because I don't want to waste more of my superiority dice at the moment. So second attack, I'm just gonna whack a doodle.
Nice.
23.
That definitely hits.
Woo!
AC is 18 for the ogres. You guys have already figured that out.
Mm-hmm.
8 plus 16 is 14, so 14 slashing damage. Wait, I forgot that I also have weapon mastery with longsword. So, Sap, if you hit a creature with a longsword, that creature has disadvantage on its next attack roll before the start of my next turn.
Nice.
And then, third attack, baby! Boom. 21. That's another hit. I love being fighter. Oh my god, this is so much fun.
Fighters are fun, man.
And that is going to be 12 slashing damage on that last attack. I don't want to use any of my bonus action stuff. No. Oh, she's right there, so I can't move her in the way I want to. Nope, that's going to be my turn.
Okay. And now, after Ulrich, it is Thorn. And he is going to just go try to unload, also using some of his superiority die. He's first going to, on his first one, he's going to try a menacing attack to make the thing frightened of him. Thorn is going to hit that attack. Now I'm going to do the save. That's a nat 20. That thing is not scared of Thorn at all. It still gets its superiority die, I think. He still gets a superiority die, but... yeah. 15. So that's 19 bludgeoning damage on that ogre, which is the first time this ogre's actually been hit. And his second attack on said ogre. That's going to hit. He's going to do a goading attack this time to try to make it attack him. And it works. That thing failed its save, so it's going to attack Thorn. Thorn got max damage on his 2d6s, but not on his d10, unfortunately. So he just did 19 plus 5. He did 24 bludgeoning that time. And last attack for Thorn. That is going to be a 15 to hit. That is going to miss. He rolled a 2 on the die.
Oh.
Thorn has good die rolls because he's level 15 and has a big old fancy hammer, but sometimes that's not enough. So Thorn's turn is over, and now it is the emissary's turn. And you guys are going to see, something familiar, Amaris. It looks like it's going to channel sorcery points. And first thing it's going to do...
Mm.
It's pinpointing. It's a.
I hate that.
So it can either hit all of you and not hit the ogres, or hit all of you and one of the ogres. Yeah, we'll do, you know what? We'll do that. So I need everyone to give me a dex save as it casts Fireball. And it's going to hit one of the ogres. Counterspell at what level? You'll have to roll for it.
Please, sorcerer.
They have to make a. Are we playing by the new rules in which they make a Constitution saving throw, or do you want to roll off for it?
So usually what it is if it's a higher level, then depending on what level you cast Counterspell. I don't know. I haven't looked at Counterspell in the new rules yet.
Yeah, it's. I don't like the new Counterspell. They have to make a Constitution saving throw, but I am happy.
That's worse. Yeah. So right now. So right now you are at. Obviously, if you're not upcasting, you're casting a 3rd level. This is a 6th level Fireball. So.
You can roll for it.
Okay. You need to get above a 16.
Arcana?
No, just roll and add your spellcasting modifier.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a check. It's like a spellcasting check.
17 plus 5.
He's going to counterspell your counterspell and waste his reaction.
Fuck!
And he has, but since you're casting you were casting your counterspell at 3rd level, right?
Yeah.
So you guys both burn your reactions, but you just made him waste his reaction. But
I sure did.
But the fireball still goes off.
Damn it.
The ogre fails his dex save. So everyone give me dex saves.
Oh my god, natural 20!
21.
Yay!
21!
Nice.
Natural 20!
Remember, nat 20s and nat 1s are auto-fails and successes only in combat, so that nat 20 was just
21!
Good. Okay.
Yay!
19.
4. Narcisse?
27.
Okay.
Speedy boy.
So,
Speedy boy.
Be on fire.
And what'd you get, Ellie?
Oh, 19.
19 was the DC, so you pass. So only Ulrich failed.
Fuck me, I guess.
So and you know who else failed with a nat 1? Thorn.
Thorn.
He's gonna die.
Fighters are in it. The fighters are not having luck.
He still has over 100 HP, but that's about to change because at 6th level that becomes. Let me.
Oh no.
Let me.
That becomes a fuck ton of dice.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm laughing because I'm scared.
Because at 5th level or at 3rd level that is. Where is it? I'm still trying. I'm just doing things. 8d6. So that becomes 11d6 fire damage. Halved for everyone.
It was good knowing you, Ulrich.
I'm sorry, Ulrich.
I might already, even half might not do well for me.
Let's find out.
Hope it's all ones and it's just 11.
It's not great. It's 40 total because it rolled bad. Halved to 20 for everybody, except for Ulrich, who takes 40. Ooh.
I have 29 hit points.
Well, people
I
got
have 69. Nice.
people just got a glimpse at
I
one.
have 29.
People got a glimpse at one of my players who is in a different game's character sheet because I was using that to roll, and I forgot to remove it off of the bar, so they got to see that for a second. Yeah, so for Thorn, that is a full-ass 40 damage.
Oh, Lord.
He is below 100 now.
Ditto.
Okay.
I'm still standing.
And this creature did do a sorcery point, and it did Quicken Spell. And it is going to wave its hands up and down, and kind of like move this motion. And it's going to point at Amaris, and it's going to pull its hands, and it's going to cast Crushing Prison on Amaris.
Oh.
Go for it. What's the save for that? Save?
This
Roll?
is
What is it?
this is a Constitution saving throw. This is a Dragon Age spell I just homebrewed. It's existed in Origins, and then they got rid of it.
That was not
I
good.
can't imagine.
That was a 9.
9. So
That was a 9.
so until the end of this creature's next turn, you are restrained, and
Okay.
on your turn you will take 6d8 bludgeon or force damage on your at the beginning of your turn.
What does restrain constitute?
You cannot move
Specifically.
You cannot move
Okay.
your body at all, so no somatic components can be used.
Okay.
Anything that requires strictly verbal can be used, because you can still talk. You cannot move, you cannot do much,
Your
but
speed becomes 0 and can't increase. Attack rolls against you have advantage, and your attack rolls have disadvantage. For saving throws, you have disadvantage on
now,
dexterity saving.
this is a concentration spell, so if you can make him break concentration, but on your turn, it's the 68 force. When it's cast, it is just 4d6 force damage.
68? Did you just say 68?
6d8.
6d8.
Okay. That's better.
We're all sitting here
I'm
like,
not looking
huh?
good. I'm like well below half.
Okay, so
I have 29 hit points, everybody.
5,
Damn.
10,
So squishy.
16, 19 force damage for this turn.
19 force damage.
Yep.
Amaris is not looking good.
And then the Darkspawn is going to like, it's going
Working on
to smile, and then you see its mouth move, and it's going to say, "You invade our homes. We kill." A talking Darkspawn.
Y'all hear
always
that?
So great. Yeah.
Ellie, give me a history check.
It's not going to be good. I rolled a natural 5 with a +0.
Yeah, you don't know shit.
What the fuck?
So yeah,
That
that
was a really bad accent.
and that is the emissary's turn. Now it's Ellie's turn finally.
Finally.
Somebody better hit that emissary.
Well, first off, Ellie is going to rage.
Which beast
Nice.
are you picking?
What's the one with all the resistances again?
Bear.
No, we're gonna pick Bear this time.
Bearheart.
Nice.
Bear
Yes.
hard. And she is going to beeline it. She's gonna, as she runs by Thorn, she's gonna yell, "Take care of that one!" And she's beelining it for the emissary, and she is going to go in with her great axe up, and she's just gonna bring it down on him.
Okay, with
She's
that,
gonna move.
because the ogre is fixated on Thorn because he saved the because it did not pass the goading attack, it does not try to take an opportunity attack on you. Show me roll-
Excellent. Okay. 1 second here. You can try right page. Here we go. Alright, so she's gonna do her first attack. That is a dirty 20.
That definitely hits.
A. Okay, and we've got our D12 plus...
Are we all having fun on the Halloween special? I guess this is closer to a Christmas special than anything.
28. Okay.
Oh wait, this
Right,
could be
so-
the Valentine's Day special.
Jesus.
I'm feeling so loved right now.
Yeah.
Ulrich burns for you.
Okay.
It's fine, we're getting smashed.
12 base. Plus 8 is 20. 23.
I did
Ooh,
not
that's
consent.
hot. That is 31 points of damage that she does.
Okay. He's not looking good.
Concentration.
First
roll?
attack.
Concentration.
Concentration roll? Ho 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 ho.
Concentration.
That is a natural 1, so Amaris is no longer in a crushing prison.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Because Amaris probably would have been crushed to death next round. Or at least to unconsciousness. But, fun thing about crushing prison, it doesn't go away when you are unconscious.
Oh, good.
Oh,
Oh, that's fun.
a
I
pretty
hate
awesome
that
and
fun
brutal spell.
It's great when you get to use it in Dragon Age Origins.
Sucks when it's used against you.
Yeah, and then one of those things in the Fade, one of those like big weird guys, does it on you. And especially when it's the part of the Fade where you're by yourself just in the Fade, and it's like, damn it, let me out! Okay, Ellie.
Her second roll is only a 14.
That will hit. Exactly.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo!
All right.
He's a mage boy.
Get dunked on.
He's a mage boy.
As the Dragon Age Origins tips and tricks will tell you, robes are not great for shielding against sword strikes.
I rolled a 12 for damage, and then let's do, it's got a +3 and a +4, so that's 12 + 7, that's 19, and I got 3 more to go.
Mm-hmm.
That's 26, 27, oh my god, with 27 + 8, 35.
You bring your axe across and you cleave his head clean in half, and it flies off. And this Darkspawn does not turn into goop as he falls. His body turns back into an elf's.
Excuse you?
What the fuck just happened?
Well, you don't cut his head in half. You cut him in half, like, on the side. And you cut him in half, he falls to the ground, and he turns into an elf. With a Valasline of Andril on his face. So, Ellie, you've never seen a Darkspawn do that. And it did, in fact, just turn into one of your own people in front of you.
Oh, good lord. Or maker, creator.
You're there.
Those tits.
I see you, Parker. You're fine. You're back, Parker.
Okay, cool. I'm losing it like every couple of minutes.
Well, all you missed was this Darkspawn turned into a elf after he got cut in half.
Fun.
The talking one. He's dead.
The emissary, yeah.
Okay, so we have 2.
Just the ogres left.
Okay. Well, I know my purpose here. So I'm going to use my bonus action, and her eyes kind of shift like with a green sort of film, like a magic, like, and she almost looks like she's pulling, like she gestures with her hand towards the middle of the map where like everybody is, between those 2 statues, and she pulls from.
Oh no, Parker!
Oh no.
Parker, we lost you.
Or did I go again?
Just for a second, yeah.
Yes, you did. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You pull.
I don't know what's going on. So I'm reaching out and I pull a spirit totem from the ground, and I'm going to pull a wolf, which is the bear spirit. So it will grant each creature in my choice of the aura 5 temporary hit points plus my druid level, so 16 temporary hit points. And everyone gets advantage on stealth checks and strength saving throws while in the area. And then while she does that, her action for the turn, from that wolf, just aesthetically, she will reach out and then form a fist and then release again, and in sort of a wave of like falling leaves, she will cast Mass Cure Wounds in a 30-foot spear. So I'm gonna do 5d8 plus 3, so give me 1 second. So that's...
I love you. Are you a shepherd druid?
15.
Yes, I love shepherd's druids! My
It's
favorite
the
D&D
perfect-
character was a shepherd's druid.
20... 27 points of healing to everyone, because it's a 30-foot. So that is 27 points of healing and 16 temporary hit points to everyone. And then she is going to kind of, her eyes will focus again, and she sees that she pulled a wolf and not a bear like she usually does, and she's like, oh fuck. And she kind of just haphazardly just like, may the Dreadwolf take you?
Oh.
She's like, yeah, I meant to do that.
I totally meant to do that. And then she's gonna stand in front of this very scary thing and kind of reach over and use Ulrich. She did that from the ground on her butt, by the way, because the last thing that happened to her was she fell. So I
Oh,
did.
so
I
we're
got
eye level
dropped.
now.
Yeah. So she does all of that from the ground, and then it's like, oh no, and then she uses her movement to grab into Ulrich and stand up. She stands up and then goes directly behind Ulrich.
You're like standing above me, so it's not like I'm actually hiding you.
Oh, for sure, yeah. And she's
Comedic
like,
gold.
Great.
I love
He's
this
a security
dynamic. Whatever's
blanket.
happening between Mira and Ulrich, I'm loving this dynamic.
She's like, I don't know what's going on. My faith is shaken.
The dynamic is you're sturdy.
Yes, correct. Anyway, I hope everyone enjoyed the healing. Please don't let me die next turn.
I will do my best.
We're-
I'm right here for you. I
Well,
got you.
We're back to the top of the order with the ogres, followed by Amaris.
Mhm.
Ogre A over here. He's going to use 2 of his attacks on Ulrich. That is a natural 20.
Fuck me.
Oh no.
That is 30 bludgeoning damage square to the... He hits you in the jaw.
Wow, all that hard
Hold
work
on,
I did.
hold on.
And then he, as he hits you...
I have a reaction, I think, to try to reduce that damage real quick. I'm gonna try using a parry maneuver
Nice.
as my reaction. Please roll well. I reduced that number by 6 because I rolled a 1.
So you take 24 bludgeoning damage to the face. And then he realizes Mira's behind you. And he just throws out a punch for her.
Do I have halfling cover? Half cover?
Halfling cover.
Half a person? Half my height
It
cover?
doesn't matter. That was an 11 to hit. That does not hit.
Cool. Canonically, I duck to his height and miss.
Uh, and then for its third attack, it's going to reach into the ground and pull up a boulder.
Oh.
And it's going to look right at the other person who hit it, Bambi.
Oh.
And actually, this is an AoE attack, so let me see who's in range.
Oh
So
no.
only one attack hit me from that ogre? Or
Yeah.
Only attacked me once? Okay. Just making sure.
I'll put it here. Oh, goody! Look at that! Mira, Bambi, Thorn, and Ellie all need to give me dex saves.
Cool.
Oh god, that's another natural 20. I
Okay.
love my dice. I love my dice. You know that I don't have dex mods.
I'm so happy for you.
Thorn passes. Ellie,
That's a 10.
you fail.
I
Narcisse,
still take half damage.
That is a 21.
you pass. So that is going to be 3d12 bludgeoning damage. 10, 22,
No.
31 bludgeoning to anyone who failed, and anyone who passed, 15.
Bad.
15.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
This was a dex save?
Yeah.
So wouldn't Bambi be totally fine? It's a level 11 rogue.
Yeah.
Oh.
Fucking
Yeah.
rogues, I love them.
Bambi just keeps nimbly dogging all of these attacks.
Oh yeah.
Beautiful, I love it.
And that is... So he aimed for Bambi, missed Bambi, smacked Thorn, Ellie, and Mira in the face with rocks.
People keep getting her as a result of Bambi existing.
Correct.
Well, I have news
That
for
was a rocky
you.
moment.
On your next turn, this guy's going to make a set. The other ogre is going to make a save on the goading attack. See if he's still goaded. He is not, and he is going to try to grab Bambi.
Yeah. It's not fun.
That's yup.
What is it?
19 plus 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bambi's getting beat
You are
up.
in his
How
hand.
about no?
Yeah.
It's a fun
and
time.
First, he's going to do the crush attack,
Oh no.
which is an auto hit, but I'm going to roll to see if he quits. He does
I
not
hope
quit.
you all enjoy that healing that you are about to lose.
Without that
Thank
healing,
you,
they'd
healthy
be
wood.
dead.
You helped me with that temp HP and
Two.
the the freaking
12.
healing. Otherwise, I
I
would have
built
than I am.
a support.
That's 24 bludgeoning damage from the squeeze.
And I can't use uncanny dodge, right? Because I'm
You are
in
grappled.
his hand.
You're grappled.
Yeah,
And then
24.
he still has 2 more attacks.
Oh no.
Fuck.
He's going to punch Bambi in his hand. Everyone who's played Origins remembers this. Just the ogre,
no,
just
yeah.
the ogre on
God.
in the Tower of Ashal. The ogre just punching Alistair in the face over and over.
No.
Ogres always.
Or if you're a warrior warden, it's like what? Or worse if you're a
Happened to me in
rogue.
My first playthrough.
Or worse if you're a rogue and you happen to be a stabby rogue and the ogre goes, no. Fun fact, there is a save for that. You can pass the save to not be grabbed, but it is like a save that is like, unless you have a strength of like 50, you can't get out of it in Dragon Age Origins.
Oh.
Which at max level, that's hard to have in Dragon Age
Origins
Origins.
is not beginner friendly.
No.
Ooh. It's definitely the hardest Dragon Age game by a
Also
wide
not-
margin.
Good at for replay.
Well, so that is going to be that attack is a 27 to hit. Oh wait, he has advantage because you're in his hand. It's 28 to hit now.
Oh, that because yeah.
No, that actually that doesn't hit. Sorry.
That's 21 bludgeoning damage.
Cool.
And why would he not? If you're still in his hand, he's gonna do his last attack on you. I was thinking he'd hit Thorn, but that doesn't make any sense.
Oh, Bambi.
You know, unless Thorn was
It's
behind
okay.
it.
It's okay. I might survive this.
Ogre, it's stupid.
Your face isn't going to.
How dare you?
Say goodbye to all of your beautiful
Double.
gorgeous
Your face
young
is gonna
sisters that are
decline.
gonna be minced.
Guys,
That is the thing. While
Guys.
being punched,
Crit, what did you
canonically,
roll?
he looks
What did you get?
beautiful.
You did not roll a crit, did you? You did not roll a crit.
double nat 20s with advantage.
Hey, do I have your reaction back at this point? New round?
Not until your next turn.
I thought it
I'm
was
sorry,
for
can't help you there, Ben.
rounds.
I
That's unfortunate,
can
what a
help
shame.
after you're dead.
Thanks.
So let's.
I can also help after you're unconscious.
Yeah.
So
Bambi would like some roses at the funeral of that. Yeah.
not quite max damage. Got an 11 on the d12 for 40 bludgeoning.
Oh, I'm alive. I'm still alive.
Not done.
He's still. Oh no.
I have it rolled.
Not
The
done.
crush. The at the end of his turn, being in his grip, if he's punched you, you take additional damage. These don't count towards the crit though.
This is why I got out of the hand very quickly. Or why Ulrich got me out of the hand very quickly.
That's a 39 bludgeoning.
Yeah, I am down. Bambi is limp and unconscious in the
Now,
arms.
at the end of the ogre's turn, he opens his
And you
mouth
throw
and,
him
and he
towards
starts
me?
to.
No.
No!
Yeah, he does it. He doesn't yet because he has no actions left. But that is what the ogre is planning on doing: is eating Bambi. And that is the end of the ogre's turns.
And realistically, we all still care, right?
Amar,
We do
see.
or we do not think that he tried to kill someone.
Amaris, you're up. So here's the thing, though: the ogre on the right has much less health because everyone's been attacking it. The ogre holding Bambi has barely been touched. So do you go for the injured ogre, or do you save Bambi? I leave that to you, party. Amaris!
So, can that ogre make me a wisdom saving throw? The one that's holding Bambi? Or
What-
crush Bambi?
What are you casting, Curly?
Dissonant Whispers.
There we go. Love dissonant whispers.
That is a 2 - 1 for a 1.
Love
Amazing.
dissonant whispers.
He takes 13 points of psychic damage as it starts hearing this cacophonous symphony of this weird discordant piano playing mixed in with like hissing dragons, and it's extremely unsettling. And also, because it failed, it might move as far away as its speed allows from me.
with it in his hand.
Yeah. Which means he goes... Because this is as far as he can go. And then, so Thor...
Bambi in hand.
Bambi is still in hand, so Thorn does get an opportunity attack. Thorn hits.
Did I say quicken spell? I meant to make that my quicken spell, sorry.
That is 18... or 20 damage to the ogre, actually. Thorn rolled max. So he hits it in the leg as it's running.
Amazing.
But you see it running, and Ellie, you just see an ogre running, and then as it stops right next to you, it goes mouth. Its mouth is like over Bambi's head right now, about to chomp. So, Amaris, you still have your other spell.
Yes, but I don't think an 11 is going to hit, unfortunately. The firebolt just misses.
It goes right by his face and singes little Bambi's hair.
As it like kneels, I was like, oh.
It singes some of Bambi's perfect hair. But only a little. Only a little.
Oh my.
Only a little, Narcisse.
Just a trim.
No one else will notice, but Bambi and Amaris will definitely notice.
It'll go back.
And Bambi is unconscious, and now it is Bambi's turn. I need a death save.
Shit.
Yeah.
Session 2.
Do you have us roll those in private and just tell you so that the
No.
or is it okay?
You tell everybody.
Okay,
cool.
it's been a while since I've had to roll a death save. Is it just a straight D20?
It's just a straight D20. If you get a 10 or lower, you fail. 11 or higher, you pass. If you get a nat 1, it's 2 failures. If you get a nat 20, you have 1 hit. Did you just get a nat 1?
You did not get a 1.
No.
No!
Bambi is got 2 failed death saves.
Oh my god! This is episode 2!
I believe in me. Just
realist. Let's be real. I told y'all this game was gonna feel like Elgar'nan Inquisition lore-wise, but like Origins game combat-wise. Because this is anyone who's played with me knows that this is par for the course. Combat hard, but also very rewarding. Like everyone's.
I don't feel very rewarded. I feel like I'm about to be a fucking snack.
I feel like
But
this
you
is
are
kind of
a
a
snack.
You are a
You're
snack.
a snack, so that's just on brand.
all of us.
Kind of
Okay.
I am not this ogre's dino chicken nugget.
Okay, so just for reference, initiative or
He died how he lived.
it is the rest of the party before the ogres go again. It is Ulrich,
Yes.
Thorn, Ellie, and Mira. So, Ulrich, you are up.
Oh, there's one in front of us still too.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
still.
you can't leave without it hitting you. Neither can I.
Yep. Hold on. I have a thing. I think I have a thing. Do I have a thing?
No, but
I have a thing. I can't move very far though, so I'm not gonna use it because it would be useless for what I want to do. Fuck! Okay. Sorry, I'm stressed and I'm worried. Okay.
I think free action she does with she's like, if you can handle this, if you want me to, can save him. And she's like, please don't leave me here with this big thing.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna attack the one that's right next to me first.
Right.
Oh motherfucker, that's a 14 that misses. Bitch.
Bitch.
Okay. I think what Orc will do for his second when he misses that, he's just like, fucker! And I think what he does is what's at his side, he grabs a hatchet that he had nearby, and I'm going to chuck it at the ogre that I'm going to chuck it at the ogre that is holding Bambi. Let me see if I can hit with it first. Oh, wait. Oh, shit. Oh, 17?
That misses.
Oh.
I only have a +10 with my longsword because it's a +1 longsword. All the other stuff is a +9. Fuck. Shit. Bitch, I'm so mad.
Told y'all this, but was gonna be interesting. I didn't expect it to go this interesting.
I'll attack the one next to me and Mira again.
Sure.
I tried.
Okay. I didn't expect the ogre punch special to be on Bambi, honestly.
Because I rolled another 4, so nope, it fails.
Oh.
It gets to...
Does she have one more attack?
That was my one more attack. That was all 3.
Oof.
The first one was to attack the ogre, missed. Second was to throw my hatchet at the other one, missed. Third one was to hit the original ogre, missed.
Bambi's just gonna think y'all want him dead or something.
Give me a moment.
Listen,
Okay.
my plan was
Ulrich is
I kind of thought it was gonna be Ellie who ended up in the ogre punch hand because warrior, but then Bambi was throwing knives and was right there looking all scrumptious to eat. This is what happens when you make your character a snack. The ogre's trying to eat you.
That's my turn, I guess.
Pretty.
Sorry, Ulrich. The dice hated
Ulrich is
you.
just very rattled.
Yeah.
Well,
Very, very
Ulrich's annoyed
rattled.
with this whole situation.
let's see if Thorn can save you. Thorn runs up to here, and he's just going to try to wail on this thing.
We get flanking, even though Bambi's unconscious.
No, you need all 4 people surrounding it.
Damn it.
So
And conscious.
I have to roll I have to roll now to see if Thorn hits Bambi because that was a nat 1.
Dude! Bruh!
Oh my god.
That was only an 11. He whiffs Bambi, but his hammer goes right by Bambi's nose. He's like,
Bro, you
"Ooh,
can't do
shit.
this to us. You can't fucking
He got a nat 1. I have to follow my own rules.
I know, but still. You could have tried for
Oh, and
Ellie.
be careful.
Sorry, Ellie, but you're also right there. So.
Okay.
Wait, no, I was like, oh, if it doesn't hit Bambi, he's gonna hit me.
Well, that was a natural 20 on the second attack, so...
Let's go!
Yeah.
One of the fighters has to hit that thing.
So that is going to be 8, 16... That's 34 bludgeoning damage. And...
Oh no, I think Parker's froze it again.
And the ogre drops Bambi onto the ground in front of him.
Oh, thank God.
Bambi takes bludgeoning damage, you die. I'm just kidding.
Motherfucker!
Fall damage, you die. I'm just kidding. Uh-oh, Parker's frozen
Bambi
again.
has gone through enough.
Hopefully Parker will be back soon. Anyway, Thorn's last attack. That is a 16, that misses. So he crit, fail, crit, and then missed. So, that's Thorn's turn. Ellie!
Well, she's got a beautiful big target in front of her. So, she is just going to take a big old hit at him.
Okay.
That is a 21 to hit.
That hits.
Yeah. Alright.
Bambi's on the ground now. Bambi is not dying. Well, they're still dying. But he's still dying, but he's not
not being crushed.
going to be eaten by an ogre. Suddenly, a really good thing that Mira is last in initiative.
Oh. Well, that was shit. That was only 17 points of damage on that hit.
Yeah, and just so you know, Ellie is rolling so much damage because her axe does extra damage specifically to Darkspawn.
I love
Yeah.
it. I love it.
Nice.
I'm in love. Beautiful. Wonderful.
Really
Okay.
likes eating Darkspawn.
First attack, and just so you know, Ellie, you can reckless attack to always have advantage. But then they have advantage on you.
Yeah.
But then you'll get advantage.
She's really hard to hit.
And also has a lot, and is resistant to damage, so...
And is a bag of hit points. Thank you, because I don't usually play a barbarian. I play a homebrew class. And
What would lead you to believe that barbarian might be one of my favorite classes?
I'm not
Right.
sure.
What do you mean barbarian might be my favorite class? Whatever do you mean? How did you
So weird.
How did you know I really like barbarians?
Okay, so reckless attack gives me advantage on them.
Yeah.
Yep.
It just
Yeah, why don't let's do that?
okay. You can do it for every attack if you want. It just means that they will always have advantage on you. Yeah, it's kind of like... Yeah, that's my thing.
Tell me the odds.
I tell every DM I play Barbarian for, I'm like, assume I'm always attacking recklessly.
Alright, let's... Well, that's not going to do it. I rolled a 3 on that one, then I rolled a 5. With my hit, I do not make it with either of those attacks.
No, you do not.
Those were both with advantage.
And I did not roll well on the big d20 that time.
Nope. And now it's Mira's turn. Hooray!
Awesome. First things first. I'm actually going to, as a bonus action, cast Grappling Vine. Back here down this corridor past this this ogre. Is the ogre huge?
He is huge.
Great. I'm gonna make, so a giant vine comes out back into that hallway because I can cast it 60 feet from me. And I'm going to make a melee spell attack at that ogre very fast. So perfect. That's a 26 to hit that ogre.
You got blessed with a Ghilan'nain, didn't you? For spell attacks?
I do. Yes, I think so.
So you could roll an advantage and maybe crit.
But
Yeah. And see if you got a crit.
Always use your
I
advantage.
don't. That's fair. I forgot about that. So it's going to take 4d8 damage, and it's going to be pulled 30 feet down that hallway. So that is 8.
Froze right on the dip. What a lovely face to be frozen on.
Oh no, Parker.
Parker! We'll wait. It's fine. We got time.
Parker, come back. You can blame it all.
I'm sorry.
You're good.
Okay.
Tech shit is techish tech.
Your internet is being really mean to you today. But specifically only you. I'm just being mean to Cass today. Totally didn't do this because you said smash.
I
on the
guess you're
architect.
really making me eat crow. Pain.
Pain.
Oh, is this what they mean by a murder of crows? Okay.
Listen, Cass. No.
Oh yes.
Sorry, I laughed.
Cass.
Thank you.
Cass knows what I'm about.
Hello.
Cass knows what I'm about.
Hello.
You're
Sorry.
here.
Aha.
Time.
I have no idea what's going on. Anyway, it hits for 18 points of damage, and it is pulled 30 feet down that hallway. And then, as my action, I am going to look at... Bambi's on the ground now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Correct? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to... I can see them. And so I am going to reach out my hand and cast a 6th level heal. And you pop back up with 70 hit points.
Incredible. Amazing. Thank you.
We love you in this household.
Counterspell. I'm just kidding.
That's all your girl does.
She's
So
amazing.
that is
Wonderful.
my entire turn. I have pulled the ogre down the hallway, and I have healed Bambi. That's it.
Okay.
Nice.
It is now the ogre's turn. And what is the save to get out of the
Shit,
grasping
sorry
vine?
about my
That
internet.
ogre that was attacking us
Cole,
was
you are
at
muted.
disadvantage because of
Oh.
sap.
I'm muted?
Forgot about the sap.
It's
How about
okay.
how,
Can't
Also, you
hear
should get an attack of opportunity, right?
Oh. Well, let's
He
see
moved.
Let's see what
Oh.
Bill says.
Yeah.
can y'all hear me
We will
now?
see.
Yes.
Now we can
Yes.
hear.
It's
Yes.
so fucking weird. It randomly changed my mic to something that didn't exist, and I'm like, that's weird. So, yeah. So, what is the save to get out of the grass? Fine. You don't get opportunity attacks on force movement.
the grappled?
Yeah.
Yes. So to get out of grappled, let me double check for you.
It's weird. It's been doing that lately with my mic.
It's equal to
Okay.
my spell save DC, which is 16.
Okay. That's a strength save, I'm guessing.
Yes. Correct. So maybe not great, but
That is a 35. So,
that's
and
fine.
he's angry.
I pulled it.
He has a plus 13 to strength saves.
Cool.
Oh,
Well,
so, wait, no,
Bambi,
so
get
30,
up
33. So you got an at 20.
and save me. Because I helped. And yeah, as you get up off the ground, it's like little healing vines like around your armor and stuff. So
So the ogre,
your girl helped.
the first ogre tears the vine off, and then he puts his hands into the ground and just, boom! And he's going to do his charge, which does not stop when he hits somebody.
Oh fuck.
He's going straight through you two to the other side. That is a to hit. To see if he hits you both.
Nice knowing you, Mira.
It was nice knowing you.
On Ulrich, that is a crit. And on
Silvery Barbs.
You took the brunt for me.
Silvery barbs. It's still going to hit, but it is no longer a crit. That is a 22 to hit, so no crit.
Oh, I love silver
Nice.
And then on
Silvery Barbs, and Amaris is giving advantage to himself.
okay.
Thank
Nice.
you.
And then for the attack on Mira, that is an 18.
That'll hit.
Okay. So that is 16 plus 7 is 23 plus 9. That's 32 bludgeoning damage to both of you.
Oh my lord.
And then he's going to turn, and for his second action, because he gets 4 attacks, because he gets 2 actions, each one and gets 2 attacks. He's then going to pick up the boulder again.
Cool.
Yeah, he's wombo comboing.
Oh no.
But this one is going for Amaris. Well, actually, no, because this is an AoE, so he can put it. Yep, Amaris, Mira, and Ulrich give me dex saves.
I doubt I'll be able to get another.
Funny.
I
I rolled the same thing I did last time with the dex. I got a 4.
18.
Oh god.
Okay.
You need new
Was it
dice.
7.
Put them in dice jail.
What?
So,
Yeah, you need new dice.
Dice that were made for a collab with a network.
Can I do something cool? I don't know if you allow this.
what do you want to do?
So it is my turn next, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we gotta find
Will you allow me to use my action now to cast telekinesis on the boulder? I just think that would be cool. But it's okay if not.
It could be pretty
I
cool.
will roll a percentile die to see if it works.
Okay.
We'll say you're casting it, but if I roll on this and it doesn't work, you don't lose the spell slot, and you still have your turn.
Okay.
If
Let's do this.
If I roll,
think it'll be funny.
I will say, to be fair, to do it on another creature's turn, 50-50 chance. You get above a 50. That is 49.
Oh shit!
The dice.
Damn it!
My dice have either loved you guys or hated you guys all night.
No
in between.
Just edged us. They just edged us.
No in between.
Yeah.
My dice as Thorn have loved you guys, and my dice as the ogres have hated you guys.
Can I use my advantage from Silvery Barbs to reroll that? How do you reroll that?
On a percentile, no. Sorry.
Yeah.
What was your dex save?
Minus the damage.
What was your dex save, Amaris?
It was like a 9.
Okay, so Mira passes. Amaris and Ulrich do not. So let me
It
roll.
might not matter that I passed. I'm gonna be honest.
1,
Roll.
5,
It
15.
might not matter.
Not a lot of damage. She rolled really low on all but one of those d10s. Only 18 bludgeoning to people who failed.
Okay.
So 9 if
So
you passed.
9.
Great.
Okay.
Because he rolled a 1, a 3, a 10, and a 4.
Ulrich's looking really rough.
And that's that ogre's
I have
turn.
16 hit points.
That's that ogre's turn. Ogre B up there, he is going to just see that there are 3 people around him. He's going to pound his chest and jump into the air and slam down. This is his full action. I need con saves from Mira, Bambi, and Thorn.
From Mira?
Or not
Mira?
Mira, Ellie.
In Ellie.
I'm really
I-
far the fuck away.
I went the
You
whole
just tried to hit me with a rock.
I went the whole session without mixing up the Dalish elves, and I had to do it at the end. Damn it. Okay, Thorn passes. Good.
Bruh.
That's a cheeky wee 6.
What's a pass?
It's a DC 16 con save.
Oh, I didn't know I passed that.
Okay, this is an attack that takes both of his actions to do. This is his big mama attack. This is not bludgeoning damage. This is force damage. So you are not resistant to that, Mira. Or Ellie. Damn it, I did it again.
Ellie.
I'm not resistant to shit.
Ellie, you're not resistant to force damage being bear, but that's one of the few things you're not.
Ooh, I still get half damage because I'm raging?
No, because when you're raging, the resistance, that's what gives you half damage is the resistances.
Oh.
So you're resistant to every damage type right now. Yeah, they changed it with with a wild heart.
Except for this one.
Dumb.
Oh, well, fuck me, I guess.
The only things... Okay, so... Path of the Wild Heart, Bear Heart Barbarians are resistant to every damage type except Force, Psychic, and Radiant. They changed it.
Rude.
Makes sense, 'cause that's what it was
They
last
nerfed that slightly because they buffed everything else about it.
time. Okay.
Like being able to change your beast every time you rage instead of every time you level up. So,
Okay, that's fair.
let's get those... Let's get those 10d8 of force damage rolled.
Not gonna take her down. But she might get real hurt.
It could. If I'd have to roll, I'd have to roll near max to take Bambi down. Okay.
Yeah.
And
Cass like 70.
Cass, I'm sorry. I did not mean to bully you so hard this session. It just kind of happened.
Listen, all you're doing is speed running his character development because this boy has trauma now.
Okay.
Ow.
Rolling.
Well,
Welcome to the Wardens.
That is 67 force damage to anyone who failed.
Oh.
Oh my god, you have 3 hit points.
And
Bambi.
33.
I just did so much work.
That was a whole 6-level spell slot.
This is his big attack, and now he is got a little thing where next turn he will only get one of his 2 actions because he did that. So this is his like pull out all the stops, like try to kill everyone around me. So Thorn.
This is his self-destruct.
So Thorn takes 33 damage from that because he did not save that either. Or he did save. Bambi takes 67, and so does Ellie. Sorry, guys.
Ellie.
Ellie's probably better than most of you.
You know, she's still got a pretty. You know what? She's looking beat up,
I think.
but she's still up and active.
I think Thorn has the most HP right now.
Bambi literally just got up, managed to stand up, and as soon as he did, just smashed down again.
I'm headcaning that the hands smashed right onto Bambi.
Yeah, probably.
Actually, no, Bambi got up, looked up, and saw the ogre in midair coming down. You saw up his skirt, Bambi, so the last thing you saw was a big fluffy little ogre, and then his fist slam.
That's worse.
I hated that.
Everyone
That's
hated
worse.
that. I hated saying it. But I know it would add to Bambi's trauma. This boy went from the cockiest motherfucker in the world to after this fight, Bambi's like, that's what you Grey Wardens fight all the time? Like,
Hey, yeah, it's fun.
fun.
Are you not having fun?
This Dalish has gone back to the surface.
Bambi wants to go back to Antiva.
Speaking of,
Ilaria is better than this.
Amaris, you're up.
No. We don't
Amaris is gonna use his 30 feet of.
Amaris is gonna
Amaris
what?
is gonna use his 30 feet of movement. Oh, I'm muted. Sorry.
No, you're not. You're good.
Amaris
You're
is
good.
gonna
You're
use
good.
his 30 feet of movement. Stand right here, and cast Sunbeam. If both of these ogres can make a Constitution saving throw, the DC is
What is
17.
what is the width of that beam?
60 feet.
Like wide? Like how wide?
5
is it?
feet.
5 feet.
5
Okay,
feet.
good. Good. Then you
Good,
don't have to.
that's right.
Then you don't have to hit Bambi or anyone else.
Exactly. I thought about this.
Well,
I was taking
Okay.
measurements.
So
right
the
past
one
that, who knows?
the one in front of you, it's a con save.
On save.
The one in front of you gets a 15 with a natural 2, and the
Fails.
one next to Bambi and Ellie, that is a 31.
Nice.
So they're both about the same amount of health right now. So it's like, and they don't look great.
That's fine.
They look hurt.
So, the one that fails will take the full 30 points of radiant damage and be
Right.
blinded. The one that
Nice.
succeeded takes half 30 and is not blinded.
So 15.
Nice.
Okay. Perfect.
And then I'm gonna Misty Step back to where I was.
Good idea.
Oh, bone it, Misty Step. Step Mistily, Ars. Bloop, bloop, bloop.
I've been healing instead of getting out of the way, and it's a problem.
Yeah.
To be
He,
fair, the times where you were gonna want to get out of the way, you were still within smacking distance of an ogre. So
I have Misty Step.
This one's
Then-
blinded.
all right.
Your girl's gonna face step the
One
fuck
that
out of
just
there.
Oh, and also, Amar,
Like
just so you
bowling
know,
ball with me and Mira is blinded.
yeah. So I don't know if you used a spell slot from the staff for that, but those spell slots from the staff only regenerate. You have to find someone to regenerate the spell slots. I should have said that. Sorry.
That's fine.
In the staff, yeah. Just the ones in the staff. Okay, so, which once you guys are back into Winter, that'll be easy to find, but... Anywho, now that's Amar's turn. Bambino, with your 3 hit points.
Oh, buddy. Disengage.
Oh.
Okay, so first I'm gonna bonus action because we had Potion of Greater Healing.
Yes.
So gonna have that as a treat.
Counterspell. Huh?
Delicious.
If everybody could start, doing that
Yeah.
as a treat.
In my defense, I got hit for over 100 damage in that one go.
Ogres. That's how ogres
Yeah.
work.
Okay, so
They're
did that.
They're Kunari Darkspawn. What do you expect?
Mm-hmm. And then I'm going to roll a d10 real quick. To use my psychic teleportation with my
Nice.
soul blades.
Mm-hmm.
Um.
Get the fuck out.
Yep. Oh, and that's a 10, so I can move 100 feet if I wanted to.
I'm imagining him just leaving us.
Yeah. It's tempting. Yeah, Bambi is gonna toss his soul blade. He's only gonna go like here behind Ulrich.
Yeah.
And teleport to there. And be like, nope, hiding. Pop
Why
a
is everyone
squat.
hiding behind me? Y'all stand above me.
He's gonna pop a squat
It's an
right here.
aura.
I mean, they can't
Yeah.
hide behind Thorn because he keeps running in. Because Thorn keeps running into the ogre's mouth. Is that your turn, Bambi?
Yeah. That is my attack. My action and bonus. So yeah.
Bambi just went, "Oh fuck this," and ran away. That's all he did.
Please don't die. I can't do that again.
I'm trying my best. All right.
All right, with that, Ulrich, it's your
Okay,
turn.
better.
Let's see if you hit somebody this time.
I'm
Oof.
running towards this fucker. It takes me my whole 30 to get there.
Wait, no, you are a human shield.
I was you-
Dwarven
I was
shield.
Dwarven shield, actually.
Human shield.
Much better make and model, honestly, for shields.
Mhm.
Best shields: Kunari shield, best model. Dwarven model, second best. Human, Elf shield, no, they're small. They're so
All right,
petite.
whack-a-doodle-doo.
I'm small
Okay,
and dainty.
26 to hit.
That
Nice.
will smack him in the face, probably.
With advantage?
Oh, you have
Is he
advantage
blind?
because
He's
you have
blind.
advantage because
He's
he's
blind.
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 No, I didn't roll with advantage. Hold on.
Nice.
Nope,
Make a
that,
crit.
nope, that was a 3. So we're gonna stick with the 16 I rolled. And I want to. I don't think I have anything that's gonna. help because it's already blinded, so I'm just gonna slash it. Do-do-do-do.
Hit him with your sword.
7 slashing damage.
Okay.
And again, because I have my mastery with this, it has sap, which disadvantage on its next attack roll, which I forgot about last time when it was hitting us. So it has disadvantage anyway because it's blinded, but still. Second attack.
Well, just so you know, weapon masteries you can only use on one attack per round. They're not innate. You have to choose when to use them.
No. So weapon mastery, because I have weapon mastery with the longsword as part of being a.
Yeah, you have to choose to do that. That's how weapon mastery works. Yeah, because other weapons get like cleave and like, which is like active abilities. You have to choose when to do that. And you can only do it once per turn. Like, so on your turn, you can choose one of your attacks to use that on. Because then it's not like because like great axes get cleave, which it's like if you could do that every time, and like topple and stuff like that. So, plus getting disadvantage on 3 different enemies just because hitting them is a little crazy.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. So with the advantage because of it being blinded, that is a 27 to hit.
That hits.
7 again for slashing damage.
So Ulrich slashes down, slashes up. He jumps up, stabs his sword into its shoulder, and it falls back. As it reaches up to grab Ulrich, he pulls his sword out, stabs it in the forehead, twists the blade. The ogre is dead. I had to do the classic animation for the finish on that one. That's the classic Origins animation. So that ogre is dead.
Okay.
His body does not turn into goop, nor does he become a person.
Okay, it's within range. I'm gonna chuck my other hand axe at that other ogre. That is a total of 20.
That will hit.
Ta-da. That is gonna be a total of 10 damage.
Okay.
Damage.
That Ulrich's turn.
Actually, I'm going to use my bonus action to do a second wind, so I can heal myself up a little bit here.
Everyone should heal themselves whenever possible. Thank you.
And of course, that's the one that I roll a good, decent number on, so
It's
I
just-
heal for 19. Yay!
Parker, you and Storm should just chat about the stress of being a healer in one of my campaigns.
Being a support class is hard.
Mood. So yeah, that is my turn.
Okay, now it's Thorn. He misses. Hits. Misses. So he landed one of those. Woo! And does 20 damage.
Yay!
It is still up, though.
That'll do.
So after Thorn's turn, it's Ellie.
It's Ellie.
Are you going to attack recklessly on both of these to get advantage on both?
We're gonna attack recklessly on the first one for sure. Oh, that's an 8. I rolled an 18 for both. With my plus 8, that comes to 26 or something.
Yeah, that hits. Roll me some damage.
Nice.
All right. All right, so we start on a 9. 9 plus 13, 16. Let's roll the extra damage. 16 plus 6 is 22. Plus 8 is 30. 35 points of damage.
How do you want to do this?
Nice.
Yes.
All right, I want her to... She's going to look at Thorn, and she's going to say, "Throw me!" And she's going to run towards him so that she can sort of use him as a step. He's going to toss her, and she is going to flying flip and just cleave down its midsection.
Nice.
So you say she goes, "Throw me!" And Thorn literally just boom, full force. She spins in the air twice as she goes and lands, cleaves the ogre in half. It falls to the ground, dead. You cleave it completely in half. And this is... You guys have won. You guys have defeated the 2 ogres, though very, very damaged yourselves. And as the ogres die, the 2 statues in the middle of the room crumble, revealing in their place a giant glowing mirror.
Oh, fuck.
As you all hear from in the halls all around you, "Boss Vinnak Kathas! As you see a horde from each hallway of Antam, Kunari soldiers charging you. They're coming to surround all of you after that fight you just had. There's probably down each hall you can see about 20 in each hallway charging you guys.
Is there a hole in this mirror?
There is not, but you do see through the mirror, you just hear, "Come, Lethaline."
I think just for, like, flavor, the spirit totem of the wolf will move almost in a herding pattern around all of her friends. Like, trying to get them to move towards the door.
A friend?
And, I can't really explain, but through the mirror, everyone. Through the mirror. That's an
It's an
illusion.
illusion. It will take us somewhere else. We gotta go. It's the only way out.
I don't recommend.
We're gonna die.
We scoop up our gear because that's still on the ground, like our camping stuff.
Yep. Go, go, go. And she's like moving everyone. Since it was my turn coming up, I think that as the spirit totem, like, kind of, she subconsciously gets it to herd them everywhere. One of the hallways, she erupts a wall of fire, just like to close off that entrance. And she's just like, go, go, please, run now. And she is going to be the last person through the door.
Okay. So you guys run through the illuvian.
I think Bambi would wait until everyone else is gone and then just hold out a hand to her and say, "The crow's paid their debts. Come on."
She will grab the hand and then, looking out towards where the Antam are running towards her wall of fire, she says, in Elven, "May the Dreadwolf take you." And she steps through the illuvian. I think that is.
So you guys walk through, and as you guys walk through the illuvian, as soon as Mira walks through, it breaks behind her. And you guys are...
I was worried about that.
Yeah.
You guys are now physically in the Fade, but not the way that Dorian has described it.
No!
It feels like your dream did, Amaris. There's floating buildings. There's floating buildings and floating just land everywhere. It is very ethereal. There are literally, you can see a boat moving in the sky above. And you guys are on a big hill walking down, and there is, you can see in the distance, there are dozens of dark illuvians, and one lit in the distance. But standing about 30 feet in front of you is an elven man wearing gold armor and a bald head. And he just hands behind his back and he goes,
Soulless.
"Excellent work, Lethaline. You have stopped the Avanuris earlier than I could."
I think very, like, overwhelmed by everything as he starts to talk, just because she's overwhelmed and this is how she does things. She is leaning down to Ulrich being like, "We are currently where dreams come from. You're not familiar and I am overwhelmed."
And he just looked up, "Andran Atisha, I am soulless, but some call me Fen'Harel, the Dreadwolf. Thank you kindly in aiding."
You ain't the Dread Wolf.
No,
Yes, he
no,
is.
no.
Is this a Ferelden
No,
thing? I've
Ellie.
never heard of you.
Ellie,
Ulrich's
no.
gonna speak up. Trust me, y'all. He's the real deal.
No,
The reports, I've seen the reports and I've heard the stories and I've seen him work.
Masaranis.
His eyes glow blue for a second as one Antam got in behind you, and it is turned to stone in an instant, and then crumbles.
Just like the Inquisitor reported.
Pretty bold.
A man...
I think
like
an-
I maybe went again my entire religion.
You went
I think.
You went against false gods, Lethaline.
You're technically. You do know that you're the god of lies, right? Like that's the history.
And trickery
right?
And trickery and rebellion.
You understand.
Depending on the story.
Correct. Yes. Yes, and it's maybe a little hard
I gotta
to
have the hand pose.
trust with face value.
Then perhaps I offer something more than just face value. You have uncovered a plot by the Antam to breed an army of ogres. But
Right.
They were not being aided by the Darkspawn, but there is a Darkspawn calling itself the Architect, trying to thwart trying to open a door to the Black City, just as Corypheus did.
Right.
Though under nobler pretenses, he wishes to change Tevinter for the better. But what he does not know is nothing good can come from that city.
Made shit.
I didn't mean to do anything.
Quite child of the stone.
Oh, that was... No, wait, hold on. No, that was... Right, like, that was rude.
My apologies.
I'm sorry. You can't call people that. Like, do you feel like it's comfortable when people call us knifey? That's not nice. Like, I get
when
what
they
it
call
is,
you
but, like...
egghead.
Oh, okay.
My
well,
apologies.
alright.
Perhaps I shouldn't speak so rashly in such interesting company. Like Ulrich of the Inquisition. Soldier working for
I'm a bit
Varric.
blurry at the moment, so just listen.
Maybe this works because he's a dwarf in the Fade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This makes no sense.
Soldier of the Inquisition. And Ferelden Commoner. Narcisse Cantori. Antivan Crow. Philanderer in every regard. And disappointment to his family.
Oh, okay. That was worse.
That wasn't very nice.
And then there's you, Ellie. You, a Grey Warden, abandoning the traditions of the Dalish Elves because of a heroic human. I respect that. Amaris.
Amaris has been walking around the perimeter listening.
Or should I say the future divine?
I don't know about that.
It matters not. You seek to bring freedom to the people of this world, as do I. Freedom from the prison known as the Veil. And you, Mira, thank you, Lethaline, for helping. You have done you have done a wonder here. He's being intentionally very vague. He goes, and as for your Kunara companion, you guys notice Thorn's not here.
Shit.
Oh fuck.
Oh, don't worry. He ran through the Alluvian. I simply had him taken back to Weissupt.
Oh, that's... Maybe we could have talked.
He's the kind to swing a hammer before talking. He'll be fine, as will you all. As a matter of fact, and he points to two Alluvians in the distance. One of those Alluvians will lead you back to Weissupt. The other, to Menrathus. As you please. I simply wanted to meet the faces that Varric Tethras planned on recruiting to stop me. Some are impressive. Others looks directly at Bambi. Take it from the god of trickery. Get a new line of work.
Oh.
This is intentional because I know how much Cass hates Solus.
I fucking do. Bambi is looking at the others, and you can see like him, like the muscle, like in his jaw, just like bobbing as he's clenching it, and like he is playing with like a knife that is just like flicking between his fingers, and he's like, can I please, like, I know he's a god, but like, can I?
No.
Is
Ulrich's
that
been
his?
carrying an air of casualness. I don't think he's ever really like got to know Solus, but he has seen Solus, but also caution because he is aware. He has heard the reports. He knows what Solus is capable of. So it's kind of that weird mix of caution and casual.
I think we just say thank you for the out and we leave.
Well,
I also didn't mean to do anything.
but you've already done so much. Ghilan'nain will will likely be quite displeased with you, and as you should want her to be. She's a monster, god of creation, yes, but also goddess of monsters. Those darkspawn you all love, those were originally her creations. Gone wrong.
Right.
Insight check him.
Yes.
Yes.
When Bambi says, "Can I?" Amaris is just like, "No, Bambino, you're going to stab someone else this time."
I think
16
Ulrich chooses
insight.
not to do an insight check. He doesn't believe anything Solus says. He doesn't trust anything Solus says.
What'd you get, Ellie?
16.
And 17 for me.
Against his plus 20,
Insight 23.
against his plus 25 on both deception and persuasion.
Yeah.
I was seeing.
Can I roll?
I was seeing if any of you got high enough that I would need to roll. Yeah, go ahead.
Mhm.
Go ahead, Ellie. Or Mira.
That's the wrong one. So that's a 16 plus 7. 23.
Damn.
I'll still roll just to see. That is a 39, and he just
Jesus.
he has not moved his composure one bit. You don't know if he's trying to deceive you or persuade you, but it's definitely one of them. But he has not batted an eyelash, and he just apologies. My reputation precedes me from 2 Dalish elves and one of the Inquisition's agents. How is Inquisitor Adar?
Fine. Missing an arm, but he's fine.
He materializes the arm
Motherfucker!
and then whisks it away.
Vance messed up.
I
That's
simply
pretty fucked.
wanted you all to know what you were up against if you did intend to try and stop me. I could kill you all with a thought. Varric does not care. He will lead you into danger regardless. Perhaps he thinks he can. Perhaps he thinks he can change my mind, but the world is broken, and I will be fixing it. You'd be better off helping me than helping the Inquisitor.
Sure, help you tear down the veil and destroy the world as we know it and currently live in. Yeah, great idea. One really, really good one.
Are you a god?
I have a plan.
Are you a god?
Oh, you're serious?
None of the Evanuris are gods. None of the Forgotten Ones are gods. I am not a god. I am simply a man who has made mistakes.
You speak like a god.
I speak as one who is immortal and ageless and who has seen things beyond our imagination, but a god I am not.
Yeah,
And yet, men can die.
I can very well be killed, but it would take someone far beyond your skill, or even your mightiest Antivan Crow. I say even the demon of Arantium would be nothing but a toy if you were to fight me. Please,
Hey, don't bring Lucanus into this.
I am not here to fight anyone. I am simply here to make it clear. I will not be stopping. I have helped you this once. You can bring a message to Varric. Stop following me. This world will be a better place once I am done. Now, I will leave you in the care of my aide. And you guys see a look of sorrow cross Solus's face as he disappears. And an elven man wearing the same clothes Solus was almost, with dark black hair that is tied up into a bun on the back with shaved sides of his head. And marks of Elgar'nan's Valasleen, and the tranquil brand on his forehead.
Oh, motherfucker.
Walks up. Hello.
Oh,
Hello. I am Fella's son. I am to guide you to your choice destination.
Son of a bitch. He's worse than I thought.
Do not blame the Dread Wolf. I tried to fight him, and I lost. Could have killed me. Tried not to make me tranquil. Unforeseen consequences of his actions.
Yeah, that sounds like that happens with him a lot.
This is worse.
Which one of these mirrors over there takes us to Minrathus?
He puts his hands behind his back, mimicking Solus's gesture. Is Minrathus the destination picked by Lethaline as he looks at Mira? I was told to acquiesce to her request.
I just want to know which is which. Yeah.
Group
Can you
talk?
Okay.
We'll
Just
be right back.
1 second.
Fell Asan thingy. Okay.
Felasan.
All right. Well, we can't trust
Felasan, like the general Felasan?
Yes.
She's looking just at Ellie. Right? The Dreadwolf's general?
Yeah, it was Felasan.
Like his most trusted companion? He made him...
Tranquil. Are we all just hallucinating?
No.
Did we all hit our heads or something?
No.
I mean, I did.
Hallucination, then something weird must have happened to me if I'm being affected.
This,
Because dwarves
this
cannot
is
drink.
not a hallucination. This is not
Cool.
a dream.
Sure.
We are in the Fade.
Cool. So y'all aren't dreaming then.
No.
I can't believe we're in the Fade.
Felasan, this is the crossroads. You'll notice if you are not Elven, this place looks very foggy. But if you are Elven, it is bright, it is clear. But Amaris, through the fog, you can see the Black City clear as day. It feels like it's staring at you.
This is the crossroads I heard about. All
Are
right.
we...
Wow, it's really foggy.
Where... Okay. Where do we want to go?
Well, there's the option of Weishaupt and going back and report all this shit.
To the Grey Wardens.
Not sure
But
what
the
we-
other wardens were off at the other entrance. They won't be back yet.
And if Solus already sent Thorin back, then Thorin can report to Weishaupt. Why is the other door Minrathus?
That's my question.
The
Amaris?
the Dread Wolf.
Why?
The Dread Wolf sent back to a place of magical power. Minrathus has more magical power than anywhere in the material realm. Also, he says, of all those I once trusted, Parvis is the only I would let them flee to.
Oh. We're
Dorian.
fleeing.
Dorian, you have
I'm
not seen Amaris look so distracted as he has been since, first of all, visceral repulsion when he saw that Felasan was made tranquil. Second of all, he keeps trying to look away from the Black City and you find that he's very distracted by it. And he will tell you there is knowledge of the architect that would best be left to the archives of Minrathus. And Dorian should be made aware that we have encountered one of his kinsmen.
Say what now?
Huh? We
The
encountered
architect.
what?
The architect.
When did we encounter that?
Would Ellie know what that is?
Ellie, give
You
me
did
a...
not, I did.
Actually, Ellie, you don't need to give me a history check because you, being such a fangirl of Einar Kuzland, you know who the architect is. You know everything about him. You read all the books that Einar wrote about him.
Why are you talking about the architect?
Because he came to me when we were holding vigil in a
You
Trance
went
of sorts.
talk to an ancient darkspawn, and I talk to gods. Okay.
Curious how that happens, isn't it?
Mages.
What
That's not
Commander
my
Kuzan
fault.
killed him. He's dead.
Well, clearly things that die don't always stay dead, especially the likes of that.
Ellie, you would know from the writings, based on what you know, that the architect is similar to Corypheus. So he would have gotten out through a darkspawn corpse, or through that little dwarf woman that was with him that did not.
He got out through Usha. Oh, Usha.
Are you? Just gonna look back at Felazon. Are you supposed to just direct us? What?
I will be your guide through the crossroads at all times you come through. He materializes. He moves, raises his hand, and the shard raises out of your bag, and it transmorphs into like a key. This can open specific illuvians that have already been opened by the Dreadwolf or myself.
Takes the key.
You will be able to...
And then she does lean over to Amaris. Felazon historically is a dreamer. This is bad.
Say that again, sorry. Felazon historically is a dreamer, and then...
This is bad.
Oh shit.
It would seem that way.
Okay, so for some reason, we've been given access to the Dreadwolf's Illuvian and his general, which is now a person that has become tranquil and cut from the dreams that he had. But the question is why? Because he just told us not to chase him and then gave us access to travel?
You will only have access to illuvians that I or the Dreadwolf have opened, so Menrothus and Weishaupt. But I can guide you between both when you decide to leave one destination for the other. I
So we could... Oh.
am also a message from the Dreadwolf. You see a little glint of something in his eyes, as dreamers are very hard to make tranquil, even when everything goes perfectly.
Yeah.
You see some...
That is why Amaris is horrified.
Like a flash of something. Think Dragon Age 2 when Carl came back for a second and was immediately like, kill me now. It's like there's a moment, and then I tried to fight the Dreadwolf, his dearest friend, as did Inquisitor Adar, and we are both marked by our losses. And then
One way to put it.
he looks at you, Mira. What you seek is here in the crossroads. Harwin travels within.
Where?
Currently unknown. Only the Dreadwolf or the Caretaker would know. I do not. You may search for him, but beware. If you fall in the crossroads, you fall forever.
Okay. Right. Everyone watch your step. Okay.
He places his hands up
Realistically.
and puts his hands on everyone's shoulders one at a time, and you are all given the benefits of a long rest. A gift from Fen'Harel.
Oh.
Benefits of long rest, you said?
You get a long rest, essentially. And he just...
Holy shit.
But he, with a touch, and he goes, Fen'Harel has the ability to imbue others with his magic for a short time. Congratulations on being... You have been touched by the Dreadwolf.
I don't like that very much at all.
I did not. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so we kind of lost our leader. So where would everyone like to go?
You see the flash break again in his eyes, and you just hear him like out of like it goes, Thorn will have his own time to face off with Solus, and then it immediately flashes back,
The fuck?
My apologies.
Okay.
I don't like that. Okay.
Oh shoot, where is it?
Minrathus for me.
And Amaris, you are getting a
Nice.
glimpse into what your future would be if you lived in what you would have been if you had been raised in the South.
No,
Fuck.
no.
This is, and I feel like I'm gonna do a little bit of something for Amaris here. In his mind, Amaris, you're probably looking at this creature and remembering the architect's offer, and you have a realization. This happens to all dreamers in the South. If you could stop that with the help of someone more powerful, why shouldn't you? Why shouldn't you let every dreamer child grow up with their own life and not be forced into this existence?
Seeds of doubt and chaos.
Mira has no idea if this is going to work. But she is going to look at Amaris and message. Is there a way to reverse tranquility? I feel like if there is, your people would be the people to know.
Telepathic speech. I'm forging a bond between myself and Mira so that we can talk without using the need to use message.
Nice.
For 11 minutes. You hear in your head. In Minrathus, I have resources and contacts. And the old families covered their bloodlines like it runs with precious gold. A few of them have Templar contacts. If anyone would know, they would.
I think that's worth looking into. If you'd like.
Oh, I would love to go home. There are messages to be sent and information to be relayed.
Shall
I also need to send...
Shall I lead you to them in Rothus Illuvion, then?
Okay. Right, I was worried that okay, we'll just talk out loud. Is everyone okay with going to Minrathus and then we can come back through with the key and go back to Weishaupt?
And either way, it's going to be an interesting situation. Why did I go southern all of a sudden? Either way, it's going to be
I'm rubbing
it's
off on
Ellie.
you.
Yep.
I'm rubbing off on you.
Now I know how my
Osmosis.
friends feel like it when I do it. I can see the benefits of going to Minrathus. Dorian was a bigwig in the Inquisition, and as far as I know, he's pretty high up in Minrathus. He could probably give us more something to help. But then there's also the benefits of going back to Weishaupt and reporting. Yeah, Thorn could report what he knows, but we have added information.
Right.
We can compile that information and send a letter. Or a sending, though it would take a few. Information can be relayed.
Information
I
can
also-
be intercepted.
We also can go just after, and in Minrathus we have, and she kind of side-eyes Amaris, a host. Right?
My other thought is they're probably going to think we're dead if we don't. If Thorn appeared one place and we appeared another.
Right.
So it'll be a fun surprise when they see us either way.
Emma, can I cast Sending to Form?
There you go.
You could try.
I
Oh,
will
man.
attempt.
Fade, baby.
Yeah, with a side. But I'm a dreamer, so let's hope this works. We are safe. All of us. Going to Minrathus.
That's one word.
Oh.
That's one word.
Rothus is one word.
Minrathus, amazing. Going to Minrathus for more information. We'll return to Weishaupt shortly.
It takes a minute, but then you get something back. Holy shit, what is this? Oh, okay. I'll inform Varric and the First Warden. Make sure Ellie comes home safe.
He wants us to make sure Ellie comes home safe.
That's
But
Yeah,
otherwise,
that's
he
all
knows
right.
we're alive.
He's a
Cool.
sweetheart.
Great.
Felasan does perk up real
okay.
quick, and he says, "Do not worry, Amaris and Mira. Only I and others touched by Fen'Harel in deeper ways can intercept telepathic thought here."
That sounded so inappropriate.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Okay.
Advice
Right.
would be to
Nothing is your.
speak out loud in the crossroads. I would wager Fen'Harel as well as others heard your exchange.
Cool.
I would very much like for you to direct us to the Minrathous alluvion. And then she's going to just kind of like reach out and very gently take his face. Irabelas. None of this is your fault.
His eyes go from the gray, because they are gray, because dreamers, when they go tranquil, their eyes go gray. His eyes turn back to green, and he says, Masarana Slytherin. And then they go gray again, and he looks like he's about to shed a tear before they go gray again. He's clearly fighting in there to come back, but something. Possibly because in Amaris, you've probably seen dreamers become tranquil form, and they break. It's easier for them to regain themselves. This is the strongest you've seen tranquility done on a dreamer to the most powerful dreamer in the history of the world. If Solus is capable of this, he goes, "Very well. I shall lead you to the alluvion," and he guides. And as he's going, he's pointing out where other alluvions lead, like, that one leads to Denerim. That one to the Grey Warden Fortress of Amaranthine.
I think while he's doing that and everyone is watching, like, now knowing that Solus can hear her thoughts here, I think she just, she says Darathama, which is a curse that means, may you learn. And then she, says, I think she just thinks really, really loudly, how could you do that to your friend? And then she, like, just continues on. Like, she thinks that, like, right before they make it to the alluvion. She just,
And as
this
you guys
breaks
he's
her.
he's got this Ozama, Antiva City, Treviso.
Bambi almost like bolts, even though it's like a shut off alluvion for a second.
The big one,
TikTok.
Saharon, Cunada.
Fucking hell.
And I think right as they get towards that alluvion, Bambi does come closer to Amaris and whisper, "You know the promise is over as soon as we step through there."
Shit.
What is over, sorry?
The promise.
Got a little more time.
That's fine.
Well, that's going to be awkward when you do walk through.
Uh-huh.
That's fine.
And here, the Minrathous alluvion. I shall await here. Once you step back through, I will guide you to your next destination, provided it is open.
Amaris is going to sing to Felasan, and in Elvish he will convey, "Yours is a fate I would not wish on anyone. If there were ways to put an end to it, I would."
He doesn't really react to it, like, visibly right now. He just looks at you and he just kind of nods his head.
Mm.
Masaranas.
Masaranas.
Seems to be his favorite
Everyone-
phrase. Constantly saying thank you.
So we're gonna do this the same as I did last time. Everyone through first. Probably you first, Amaris.
Before we step through, for the sake of keeping peace, as far as everyone is concerned, Mira, Ellie, Bambi, you are all attendants of House Varro. Attendants, not slaves. We do not have slaves. Ulrich, a guest. Do we have many dwarves in Menrafis? We have like trade agreements, if I remember
Kinda,
correctly.
but
Kinda?
not really since Kal Shirak went dark. So you don't trade much with Orzammar. Orzamar's so far away, you probably don't get.
Oh, so I'm
many.
really gonna stand out.
Yeah.
We'll deal with that.
You would stand out more than a Kunari would, because there are routinely Kunari in Menrafis because of politicians, and obviously the war in Saharan leading some to become Talvashoth and flee to Menrafis.
Of all the things I expected, it wasn't that, to be perfectly honest.
So,
Ulrich, you will be a guest.
Amaris first, then we'll say, probably not Bambi.
No, it's like the farmer with like the chicken and fox and grain situation.
Yep.
So we got
Right.
So I'll just.
I think that she is like, we'll just do this in a very normal. She's grabbing onto Bambi's wrist.
Mhm.
You with me?
So
We'll
casually
just go-
holding your hand.
The way
Yeah.
that so casually, exactly the way that it was last time.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Everybody else. Okay.
Yep.
I hope this goes where it's supposed to.
So you guys all walk through,
Same.
and you walk into a room to see a very a bronze-skinned man sitting with his legs crossed on a chair, completely naked, eating candied grapes. He's got a twirly mustache and a little goatee and shaved sides of his head. He's like, "Oh, was not expecting you, Amaris. When the Illuvian lit up, I assumed Solus was going to come waltzing out trying to kill me or something. Or someone else. I don't know who has access to these things. Hello. Oh, you have friends. Oh,
I do have friends. Don't sound so
it's so
shocked.
good. He stands up completely naked, but then magic.
I'm like trying to look up so high because I am at eye level. I'm trying to look so high up at the ceiling.
Eye
But-
level. That's so funny.
He uses magic to robe himself in his House Pavus attire, and he goes, "Ulrich, it's been too long, good fellow. Tell me, how is Varric?"
He's a motherfucker, and I cannot wait to punch him in the face when I next see him.
Ha!
So
that's-
nice to see you again.
Oh! Oh, I remember you! Yes, the little Dalish elf
Hi.
girl. Hello.
Yep, still me, still little, still Dalish. She still has her hand on
Yeah.
it.
Bambi is like holding her hand and squeezing very tightly because he is feeling like a bloodhound on a scent, and he is trying to hold himself back.
I would
as
like
well.
you to know, as soon as you start squeezing my hand, she casts a cantrip which is called Primal Savagery. Her, like, nails become claws, and she is closed in, and she's like, please just, we have so much going on.
He goes, "Oh,
Please.
the crows have gotten lazier with their assassin." Or, oh, wait, you wouldn't happen to
No.
be Narcissus?
Narcisse.
Narcissus.
Yes.
Says it,
Oh, the-
"Dear," and you see Viago
Oh,
walk
God.
out,
Oh, for fuck's sake.
completely naked, and he's like,
Ah.
he goes, "Well," and then he goes, "I suppose that means negotiations no longer are needed, as I can simply say, Narcisse, your target is null and void. You have a new target.
Incredible. Please put on some clothes.
You have seen worse."
I'm sorry.
I have seen
I'm
worse,
so
but I don't want to
lost.
see you.
I'm so lost.
Oh, this is
It's just
this is
a
Viago.
beaner. Hold on.
I am a fifth Talon of the Antivan Cross. And he puts on his clothes real quick and he goes, "Well, I suppose I'd be on my way. Narcisse, keep doing whatever you're doing, and when you're back in Treviso, we'll give you your new contract. You will not be punished for failing, as I have struck a deal with Magister Pavas to secure the safety of Amaris."
Okay.
Is that
all
send
you did
Thea.
for
all
me?
deals involve in Minrathis? Is that
Of course, it's not a good party if there's not at least 3 penises waggling around.
And 3 assassinations happening.
Party.
Exactly,
Um,
now you understand.
Viago, send my love to Thea, yes?
I
Viago
am
just-
still holding his hand and just realized and I drop it.
Viago
I-
just looks at
I-
Narcisse and he goes, I will tell Dea that you did not fail as miserably as you usually do. He just goes,
That was so rude.
Everybody's being so mean to Bambi.
Oh, trust
today.
me, this is him on a good day. Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
"You're lucky I'm in a good mood." And then he picks up his wine that he was drinking, and he goes, "Wait." And then he picks up Dorian's that is untouched, because, Viago, just in case, did a thing. And then he goes, "I'll see you later, Magister Pavis."
I'm sure you will.
And he goes, "And Amaris, is it? You're a Magister as well.
I am.
Look forward to seeing you at Dorian's soiree later this week."
Ah,
Oh no.
excellent.
Oh boy.
Good news! You're all invited to the House Pavis's annual bash. But first, I assume you all came out of an Illuvian for a reason? So, why don't we put all that partying to the side? But not too much. Maris, you have some quite pretty friends.
Thank you.
Oh, I was referring to... Well, you are very pretty in your own right, yeah. I just prefer the more... Any gestures
I knew
to
that.
Ulrich and Bambi?
I remember. I know. Yep.
If you'd like, I could introduce you to my friend Maevaris. She very much does love women.
How is she?
Okay.
About that. The Lucerni have been forced to dissolve, dear.
I leave for several weeks. Say that again.
The Lucerni have been dissolved by the Archon. The Divine fought against it, as did your father, and... The Crows didn't just send people after you. I'm sorry, your father's gone.
Oh shit.
And Maevaris has been stripped of her magisterium seat. But we have a new plan brewing. I'll need to introduce you to my friend Asha tomorrow. But for the rest of you, I'm Rote. Come on in, enjoy some food, enjoy some drinks, and...
No, Viago has been here. No one drink anything, trust me.
Oh, quite right. Quite right. But, Viago likes to poison things, dear.
Yeah, I picked up on that. Okay.
So,
It's a lot.
if the rest of you could sit and chat for a bit, Amaris, I think you and I need to talk about things.
Me too. Not all good. Actually, nothing good. That's important.
Robot.
You're
Yeah.
so
And-
robotic.
And with that, that's where we're going to end tonight's incredibly plot-revealing session of Dragon Age Call of the Qun.
Wow. Y'all have fucked backstories.
Everybody
Great.
okay?
Is everyone
didn't-
okay?
We're alive.
Mira didn't.
Just
Survived, didn't we?
So here's the thing, Mira didn't have a fucked up backstory until I went, ooh, Daily Shelf, give me.
Knives. Cool. Thank you for the knives.
So with that, everyone, in the next session, we'll have a little bit more political intrigue than we've had in the past couple sessions, being in Minrathous proper. Not even Docktown. Minrathous proper. We will get to we will get to meet several people, and you guys are gonna have to act like servants for the most part. Well, actually, Bambi probably won't have to, because being a Cantori, he's still technically considered noble in Minrathous, but the elves are definitely gonna have to, and I think it actually makes more sense for one of them to be Dorians and one of them to be, like, just for appearances.
Yo.
We'll brainstorm.
So we'll do it, but next session.
I'm just here.
Magister Varro, now head of the Altus House of Varro, gets to learn what happened,
Shit.
and that
You're the head of your house.
and that apparently an Antivan Crow has killed Amaris's father.
Probably the Lucanus.
That's
I want to know which one it is, yeah.
Mage killer.
I'll go ahead and say, it was not Lucanus Della Morte.
If it's Ilario, I swear to God.
Oh my god,
it was
it's
a
Ilaria.
It was a new crow by
Yes!
by the name of Valerius Deriva,
That bastard! I'm gonna fight him.
son of Zevran Aranai.
Yep.
Ah,
Let's fucking go.
Love that.
So, next session, we're going to meet a lot of new people.
Yeah, we are. We're gonna meet Asha.
We're going to meet a lot of Magisters. You're going to get to meet Asher, and I will do my best. I'll have to do my best Matt Mercer impression of Asher.
Love it.
And then
Okay.
maybe meet some other people. We won't be meeting all the Shadow Dragons because they're just being formed. But next session, we're in Minrathous, guys. This is where things are about to get very, very... Things have already gotten interesting this session, but next session is where they get spicy. So,
Oh, shiny.
thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, leave a like down below. Subscribe if you want to see more TTRPGs in general or Dragon Age content. I do a lot of it. And also follow all these amazing peeps on the other social medias. And next session, it's party time in Minrathous.
Woo woo.